Hello. Hello, Void. Yeah, it did. It just felt, it made more sense. I've let him out.
Hello.
It's a long time. How are you? What are we doing for glasses? Are we doing glasses on the head, or off? Let's see. Made a new art style? Yeah. On the head. Hopefully everyone's been, or rather had, a good day. The art style looks like lineless crayons. Gotcha. Cool, cool. I have my friend here as per usual lately.
Hello.
He is Goober. I hit the wrong button. God damn it.
Oh, hey, look, we're at 25 months.
25 months?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Me when I eventually update those badges. Even though yours isn't even shown because you have the founder one. Thank you, King. Let's see. I have to finish eating my food, so we're gonna vibe for some time. Share? No, I'm hungry. Sorry, not sorry. Look at the video. Sure, that could be interesting.
I've been flinging out of my backpack. So I wanted
Dude, my sounds are
one of these
broken!
for Christmas.
But yes.
And I did not get one, so I got one. It's got a little
Fix those. Fix up.
I don't see you helping me. This is a joke.
If I could, I would.
I know, that's why it's a joke. I have to stop being lazy. I'm sorry. It's one of those things where I'm like, I'm gonna push it to my hiatus. Okay. Oh, did I disable them on accident? Surely not. Oh god. No, that's not one of the newer ones. What's the newer one? Okay, no, they're just broken. Sorry. Anyway, I found his video and said sure. Let's see.
God. Oh, there we go.
Hey, my
name is Coley, and I'm gonna see if Wii Fit actually works. But what does it mean to say when Wii Fit actually works? Well, in the case of this video, the term work means if you lose weight and you have improved balance. That's what the game says after all. And if it does work, that could be a pretty big deal. Getting healthy is easier said than done, and Wii Fit is potentially one of the most convenient and fun ways to do so. It's cheaper than a gym membership. So, let me explain my plan of attack here. Every day, I plan on going on Wii Fit, doing a balance test, and then working out for around 45 minutes in game time. I'm gonna start off with a fresh new me and making sure I'm only working out with Wii Fit. No doing intentional exercise outside or in the gym, just Wii Fit. My goal is to lose around a pound a week and eat around 2,000 calories a day. I plan on only doing this for a month since I think I would see some kind of result by then, but I'm willing to extend it if need be. So let's jump right in and begin my 1 month Wii Fit challenge. So starting off, let's see our current weight. Now, there's been some debate online about the accuracy of the balance board. So I decided to first weigh myself on a real scale and then compare it to the balance board. Day 1, January 1st, here we go, starting with the weight. There we go. Oh my god! 240? That was not a number I wanted to see. Surely that's all muscle, right? So with this big of a number, I was already pretty discouraged. I could just hear the very fat MP3 in my head, but I couldn't let that stop me. And it was time for me to boot up Wii Fit and see my me as skinny as it probably will ever be. Let's do our first body test. I'd say my clothes... Ooh, I'll do that. That seems fine. Cool. That was the easiest thing I've had to do all day.
This game is nostalgic for me.
I'm the best. I don't think I need to do this, guys. I think I just got it. Like, what? By 0.5%. I have never seen anybody get that close to a perfect balance in my life. Oh my god. I was not expecting that. Maybe I should be a Wii Fit trainer. What I was really more curious about was the weight. Alright, I'm scared about this one.
That's obese.
I'm barely obese. Like, I'm 6, like, I don't look like I'm super fat, but, I mean, according to this, I am. Look at how big I am. Alright, so it's time that I address one of the elephants in the room here. BMI has gotten a lot of flack recently, and honestly, I don't really know that much about it. But thankfully, this game also shows your weight, which is what I will usually be looking at, and essentially ignore this BMI metric for myself. However, this game I have somewhat skewed opinions on my body because of how much they focus on my BMI, which may give me advice I'm not necessarily interested in or may not think is healthy. So I'll just need to keep this in mind moving forward. Also, take a look at the difference between the weight in-game and the weight IRL. This may seem like a big jump, but remember, I did select a -3 on clothing going into the test, so right now the balance board seems to be doing well. Now it was time to do our first basic balance test, which seemed pretty straightforward. Oh my god. Like half a second to spare. It's time to get our Wii Fit age. The Wii Fit age is supposed to tell me how my physicality is compared to how it should be my actual age. So if I'm 22, that'd be pretty sick. What are you talking about? Well, I guess that's why we're here. We're here to improve it. So let's do it.
Hey, Clobroke, sorry.
First test stamped on the calendar. The streak has officially started. Now it was time to prove our goal, which I really like how this game emphasized this process to the player. So I'll put down a goal for 4 pounds in 4 weeks, but I was also very curious just how close I would be from getting down to obese to overweight.
Chicken tendies.
Oh shit, dude. If I lose the weight I want to, I'll go down. Okay.
I didn't even realize that. That's great.
That is great past me. It's kind of crazy how that even lined up. All right, with that out of the way, it was time to actually start getting fit with We Fit. Wait, what is this?
We get a pair of trainers. What should we do? Should we do girl or boy? We Fit trainer. I need my gym bro. I need a gym bro. That's what I need.
Have some fun.
This is awesome. We've got our own gym bro, and now it's time to start working out. So something I'm surprised no one has talked about when doing this kind of challenge is the routine they're doing. This is very important to decide on because what you do the most will affect your outcome. I could only play balance games this whole month, but I'm not sure if that's really the best way to lose weight. There are 5 categories, but the games themselves are actually more diverse and range in difficulty than this makes it out to be. So I wanted to try and do a little bit of everything each day. Eventually, I wanted to try routines, but in this first challenge, I decided it would be best to try everything out at least once and get a feel for what is effective and what is total dog shit. Now keep your eye out for these numbers here called METs. And TLDR, the higher the MET number, the more calories you're likely to burn in the exercise. I would explain more, but it's really boring. I've got to work out with my bro.
Ooh, let's do it.
Press down on the
Oh, hey there.
exercise every day. Tone your body.
I'm trying, man. Is that it? Oh my god. Give me that 4-star. Oh, baby! We can do more sets? Oh, thanks, bro. You're pretty strong too, man. Here we go. We're gonna do 10. It's gonna be good.
A few minutes later.
Oh my god. I'm just gonna sit here for a second.
This first exercise has really kicked my ass, which is actually a good thing. This exercise was 3.5 METs, which is on the higher end, so I was expecting it to be a little on the tougher side. Let's do a day 1 lightning round of everything I did. I jiggled around with some hula hoop, I balanced on the tightrope. Whoa. I also decided to get the goofiest game out of the way with bird's eye bullseye.
So fly for a white guy. Here we go. I'm a white guy. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. Uppies, uppies, uppies. Daddy wants uppies. Get some. That's what I'm talking about!
Next, I decided to try doing my first ever attempt at yoga. This was the section I was actually looking forward to the least. So, as a total novice, I decided...
Yeah, let's just do grounded B. Let's see how it goes. Oh my god!
Moving on to the next exercise. Right, this game was rather disappointing. I'm not really sure what We Fit is trying to measure during the run, because it's not going by pace, but by burn rate, whatever that means. And I mean, look at what we do.
We're gonna go as fast as we can. Oh, you don't think I'm engaging my arms? I'm engaging my arms so good. You don't even know how well I'm engaging. I'm so
Thank you, werewolf.
I proposed. You're my fiance now. We're gonna get married. We're gonna have kids. Is this the runner's high everybody's talking about? It was a bad idea. Oh my god. We halfway there. I ain't giving up. I ain't giving up. Ah. Let's go. Flashing before my eyes. Come on. I can take it. Go, 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 go. My watch just asked me if I'm doing an indoor run. What?
I still needed just a little more time, so I thought I would quickly do Lotus Focus. This is a very strange exercise. The goal is to sit as still as possible and focus on the flame of the candle, which is actually a real meditation technique. But this game
Ooh, spaghetti sounds good.
believe that I was sitting still, which was pretty frustrating. But with that, we got our 45 minutes in the bank and finished our first workout of the challenge. I felt pretty good about the first day, all things considered, and was excited to explore what We Fit had to offer. So the next day I got into the scale and I was extremely surprised. Unfortunately, I lost the photo of it, but my real scale said that I weighed 236 pounds, which is insane. Is it really that effective?
It's probably water weight, bro.
Already met my goal for the whole month, but there's some context to consider. The initial weigh-in happened just before the first stream, but every weigh-in after day 1 was first thing in the morning. So the fact I had nothing in my stomach was definitely a factor which I was anticipating. 4 pounds? From what I understand, a healthy rate of losing weight is around a pound a week, so 4 times that amount is a little sus. When I went on We Fit, my suspicions were confirmed.
How much do I weigh? Okay. That's... Wow, really? 2 pounds in a day?
As you can tell, I was still pretty shocked about what We Fit said. I've already gotten halfway through my month-long goal. I wasn't feeling any kind of symptoms or out of the ordinary, so I guess the only thing I can do is keep my eye on it. My balance wasn't nearly as good as yesterday, but I still think it's decent for what it's worth. Despite this, I continued my quest in being familiar with every activity and was still having a lot of fun.
Oh, I love this game. Yes.
What is this? What is this? What is... Oh my god. Dude, I'm
It's not that hard to step up and down.
Okay, wow. What? What the...
Oh my gosh.
Let's go, dude. Let's go. That's what I like to see. I want you guys at home doing this too.
Don't forget to keep breathing while you exercise.
I know, man. That's like all I'm doing.
Pretty strong, aren't you?
Oh, bro. You are too, man. I love you. I want to get your... and you could just like... That would make sense. I'm sure if you're like... how to do it.
Oh really? Oh, that would have been good.
Gluteus maximus is shaking. I'm like torquing without consciousness. Why? I thought I was strong. I'm yoga spirit.
Great. Keep it up.
Oh, thank you. Just determination. Thank you. So he's like Wipeout, dude.
Oh, this game was so fun too. Yes.
Oh, dude. That was brutal. That is just like, you're dead. Like, you're absolutely dead. Ugh. Oh.
Yeah.
Wait. Jump? What the hell? You saw me?
I stepped on the scale and it said
Oh my god.
36, to which I was relieved. It seemed like all was well, and I wasn't dramatically losing weight, but We Fit threw me for a loop.
What? Am I okay? I just lost 4 pounds in 3 days. Have I already reached my goal for the end of the month?
Task failed successfully? So apparently we didn't figure out his way to ever lose weight. Everybody get off the treadmill and do some fucking hula hoop. But seriously, I was really happy I reached my goal so fast, but a cloud of concern flew over me. Is this normal? I've lost weight before. I used to weigh 300 pounds back in the day, but it took me a whole year to reach the weight that I am today. I know I don't have insane genetics or something, and I don't feel hungry or sick. What is happening? Even We Fit thought it was alarming. So after the first week, let me give my explanation on what I think happened. I started this right at the new year, and I think my dietary choices for New Year's Eve essentially bulked me up. But then, from the very sudden change in diet I enacted on day 1, it led to a dramatic whiplash in weight. Now, some of you may be thinking, well, Coley, isn't dieting kind of cheating this challenge? Like, yeah, I know dieting works, but what about We Fit? Actually, that's a good question. And the answer is, you kind of have to diet. As far as I know,
Kind of have to die.
it's impossible for you to not change your diet and just start working out and expect yourself to lose weight. Maybe at the start if your body isn't used to moving around as much, but that won't last long. You need a calorie deficit. But doing physical activity while dieting can still accelerate the process and provide other benefits as well, like balance. But I'm curious, if there's any medical professional or fitness expert watching this right now, comment down below what you think happened. So I reset my original goal to 4 pounds in a month in We Fit and continued through week 1. This week turned out to be a very important week where I made multiple observations. One of these observations is time. Time is usually a huge reason why many people don't work out. They got other things to do, you know? And I found myself spending a lot more time working out than I thought. I was trying to do at least
Welcome to the Year Club, Kinch.
I was using the in-game counter. With resting in between exercises and the body test at the start, my workout in real time was actually around an hour.
Hey, if some of you guys want to sub via my Twitch, move it to kofi because you get more things.
Purely upping your in-game time. So,
Sorry, Kinch, that was timed right when you did that. I apologize.
I felt my my body adapting to the kinds of exercises. With
It'd be like that though.
around 3 days max. Maybe these were in my legs, abs, or arms. And this is actually a good thing. It shows that WeFit is helping me work the parts of
Highly recommend. Thanks. You get free art.
regardless of the exercise
Well,
is
free.
good or
You know.
bad. I found the instructions
The value outweighs after like 1 month. I'm going to make a new. I guess we'll do this one. Nope, wrong one. Multitask. There we go. We're gonna do a fun little thing here.
Yeah. Fun little things.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a little thing. Let's see.
Il Tang.
Little Tang. Where's me? Here I am. There's me. I'm too big right now. I need to be small. Sure. Then, so I would like to watch this video still while I work. What? Where? Okay, hold on. I gotta grab some stuff. Elsewhere.
I don't wanna.
Well, I'm sorry, but it is what it is.
Stuck here?
Yep. Okay, and then I need all them stickers. I did not mean to open that. Go away. Oh, I should have left it all in a row. Okay, I'm gonna make these randomly placed. Sure, that works. Okay. So now I need one for the It's convoluted, but whatever. I never said it'd be pretty. Press the top?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm talking.
Thank you.
On how to do each activity very helpful. Now this sounds like a bunch of sunshine and rainbows, but in the other half of the week there were some hurdles to jump through. For starters, day 4 was actually the first time I saw some weight gain. At first, I was pretty disappointed, but I had to remember that this is how weight loss works. What matters is the trajectory and not the current results. Day 5 and 6 were also not the greatest days in the world for me, and I didn't really feel like working out on either of those days. I was also doubting if this challenge was even worth it at this point, as I was discouraged by my lackluster start. But despite the pushback, I knew that these kinds of days were the most important. And I found the idea of keeping the streak alive a good push to keep going. And I'm glad I continued because I was very excited for day 7. It was a landmark day, which highlighted a full week complete with WeFit. And let's see the progress. Even ignoring the first few days, we could see that there is still a downward trend, which means progress is being made. Let's not forget balance. Here's the overall what the f am I talking about? Here's the overall average of my balance in the first week. Left was around 50.5%, and the right was around 49.5%. Each day, my balance was
Okay.
different, so I think this metric is more useful than looking at it day by day. But this maths out. I find myself leaning toward the left most days. Ironically, my best day of balance was the first day, so am I technically getting worse with my balance? A caveat to this data is on day 7, where the game had me close my eyes, which actually led me to lean toward the right. Either way, it's still pretty close to perfect balance, and I think we're off to a pretty good start. Week 2 is where things really started to take off.
Yeah. Oh my god. Give me a 50-50. That's gotta be a 50-50.
Hello, Monster. How are you?
I gotta take a picture of this. I have never in my life
seen a perfect 50-50. That's amazing. Wow. I actually really think it was possible. By day 10, I had finally played every single activity Wii Fit had to offer, and I was really surprised by a lot of things. I'm going to highlight some of my thoughts on the activities, but if you're interested in seeing me rank all of them, let me know down in the comments. The biggest surprise of this entire challenge had to be just how much I enjoyed yoga. When taking a look at the positions, it was honestly pretty intimidating sometimes. But once they explained what you actually do, it really wasn't that difficult at all. One position was kind of haunting me from the get-go, which was the shoulder stand. God, am I really about to do this? Oh, no, 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 no. This is probably the craziest thing I am about to do. Oh my God. Don't strain yourself. That's the first time we've seen that message.
Just watch me, and I'll show you how to do this pose. And lift both legs.
I'm doing pretty good myself, thank you.
Lift your back. Stretch
Oh.
your legs back towards
Oh! This is gonna be bad. This is gonna be so bad. This is gonna be actually horrible.
Why are we watching this? Because I was eating when we started, and I want to finish this video, so, and it's
Oh
long.
my god. Oh my god.
Inhale and lift both legs.
Oh my
Then
god.
exhale as you lift your back.
Oh shit.
Stretch your legs back toward your head.
No! I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm like, oh! Like the fucking Eiffel Tower. Ah! Never mind. Not the Eiffel Tower, like the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Near, thank you for the raid. Welcome in. How are you?
Ah! Oh my god, I did it. I did it at least as an amateur. Oh my gosh, that was crazy. Woo! That was fun. I want to do it again, actually.
So getting your legs
Hello,
above your head
Mocha.
is the scariest part because you just don't
Mocha
know how far you're
Zuki,
gonna
excuse me,
go
sorry.
start to snap off. But once you realize like
I think about a follow. Welcome. I am Bonnie, a
actually I can kind of do this.
artist on the internet.
Oh my
Simple
God,
as that. I don't have a tagline right now.
it's
Don't worry about it.
completely explained to fail, but that was so cool. While there were some positions I found more effective than others, I actually became excited to get a good stretch and take a break from the more rigorous games and activities. Yoga seemed much more
Queen, you
fun
had one job.
training.
Queen.
Good exercises. There were some that were just bad in my opinion.
Queen, no.
Ones are just trying to make up or adjust for the balance board. For example, doing
Hold on.
push-ups, planks, and lunges. all felt effective.
Sorry, dude. She's a new mod.
My least favorite was
You didn't do
the
it? False. It has exposed you.
activity where it tries to combine the back exercise and the leg exercise. But the fact that you're combining these two exercises makes it difficult to even work out the muscles they should. It baffles me that this game uses the Wii Fit balance board and does not have a straight up squatting exercise. It just seems like the perfect fit.
It was my bestie's cat. She walked on the keyboard.
So, there are essentially no good back or chest exercises in this game. The exercise that pleasantly surprised me, though, was the arm extensions. If there are any weight
How was
lifters
your stream,
watching,
Near?
this kind of looks like a joke. At least that's what I thought. But it is surprisingly very effective. They offer a fair amount of reps, and the fact that you
There we
push
go.
your arm
Should be
back with
fixed.
The other creates
Thank
a
you.
better stretch while keeping your arms stable.
Gonna go
You
hide?
just
No, you're
basically
fine. You're fine.
start the game by using
It's your first day on the
water bottle to increase
not
your
job.
weight. I thought that was pretty cool. Regardless of how effective I think they are.
Okay, so
I
let's
could
bring
still
this
do
up
all the
then.
Exercises, except for
I was
one.
gonna get good progress. Did you want to do art share? I kind of have a weird setup right now, but I will make it work.
Kettlebell, so I guess I'll look and see what it's like first. Okay.
Hold your arm perpendicular to the floor at all times. Focus on your abs as you raise up from the floor. From here, push yourself up into a standing position.
Wait, that's it? Just getting up with your arms held high? That's it? That's all you do? Oh my god!
That's all you do, he says.
Lie down.
Oh my god! You're crazy! Oh! You're crazy! Oh my god! No! Catch up! Okay, you're sitting down. Ugh. Dude, I can't, my socks are slipping! Oh no!
You can just post it here.
This is
You have a link.
impossible. Oh my god! I can't even do anything!
Press the A button when you're
I can't even get up. My feet are slipping on the like chair mat. Oh my god. What do I even do? I don't even know how to improve what I just did. He went insanely fast. Okay, maybe I'll do it like right here.
Hello, milk.
All right, let's try this again. How do you sit down? Oh my god. Oh my god. Dude. What the hell is that? Is that what is? What? What are you even supposed to do? What do you have
School
to
year's
say?
almost over. Congratulations.
We're pretty shaky during this exercise. A stable body will help you maintain good posture.
Thanks. That's all you gotta say? No helpful hints or tips?
Okay, the head angle, that's what was getting me. I don't really understand how to do that again.
Actually,
How do I do it?
look at him. He's stretching it like it's nothing.
But many of you are more curious about the games, and for the most part, I think they're all really fun. But at best, I think they're mildly effective.
I know I messed this up last time.
Exercises like the balance bubble and table tilt are the best for balance because it focuses on all axes of your movement. It's not just leaning left or right.
You can just put the link in chat.
I think are equally good, but they can just get rather repetitive. Like seriously, 10 minutes of this? If you're looking for a more laid-back experience, then the step games are
What are you doing?
But if you're interested in
Watching a video,
boxing,
but I'm also trying to work on this commission in the background.
great options. I had a weird relationship with running during the challenge. At first, I was rather annoyed with it, but then I kind of grew to like it. It's kind of cool that something like this exists, and between this game and cycling,
Think of us in a void of the internet right now, with these tabs and things going on.
living in the present for a bit. The free modes are the way to go. You can just go at your own pace and burn the calories.
You can make it a link if you have like your own personal server, you just post it and then copy the link and do it like that.
Is Bird's Eye Bullseye. It's fun, it's goofy, it's engaging, you fly around the island, it's a great balance game, and as silly as it sounds, flapping your arms...
Yeah, you just need to send the drawing somewhere and then create a link via that way.
So with the acquired knowledge,
How did I do the eyes? I don't understand.
trying to think about creating an actual routine and schedule for the rest of the month. Thankfully, the game can actually aid us in that. See, I chose Wii Fit Plus for a reason, and there are multiple, but the biggest reasons are that it's the most accessible version of the game, and it has the Wii Fit Plus locker room. In this locker room, there are a number of useful things, but more specifically, routines. They're split up into 4 categories, with each category having 3 routines, and each routine having 3 exercises.
This isn't
I
what?
wasn't really sure how I wanted to make my
Okay,
own
so
routines,
we're-
so I thought trying these out could help give me a reference point.
Oh, we're doing a
So
mouth. I'm stupid. Okay.
I didn't really feel like making my own right now. In short, these routines are better than nothing. I think some of these exercises are really stretching it, pun not intended. But I did
Okay,
learn
so
3 important factors.
did I seriously just go through
Right off
and
the bat was how limiting these were. You do the same 3 exercises every time, but more importantly, you can't up the difficulty. It defaults to the easiest, but an important aspect to working out is continuing to push the needle forward and keep the difficulty. So that was the first thing I wanted to make sure I enabled in my routines, increasing difficulty. I also noticed what the routines were.
let's do it like this. There we go. She's a cute character. She reminds me of like a Cookie Run character, like, but drawn as a human. It is very good though. What's her lore? Horror poem? You mean a horror poem? That sounds scary. That's the point, but like...
We're focused around. When going to the gym, I'm used to organizing my days by the groups of muscles I work out. The arms, legs, chest, back. But we think categorize
It's saying it's not rigged here, but how is it rigged here?
your overall body. And honestly, I don't think either method
Me
works.
trying to understand my own rigging and I don't. Yeah. How is that possible? I don't understand.
So there isn't room for as much diversity. Furthermore, the in-game routines were kind of vague, and it seems like they were struggling.
Yeah,
to
pose
come
out
up
of
with
boredom, you know
something
what? Fair enough. 'Cause I feel like I went through and rigged each one and there's no way I'm doing that again.
effective focus. tedious. Finally,
And he
while
fucked
I
up.
worked on this mode, this game had the My Routines option, where you can create a workout for yourself with whatever range of time you prefer. I actually think this is a really cool feature, and if you want to take Wii Fit to the highest level, I think this is a great way to do so. But
There's gotta be a better way to do this.
is the game.
Hey, I gotta remember how to do it.
Is making exercising fun. So that was the third and final thing. Keeping it fun. So to cross the first thing off the list, I used something that caught my eye.
Could I select everything?
Strength challenges. These challenges face you off against the trainer to see if you can go the distance with them. At first, it's a fairly low bar, but each time you do it, it gets longer and harder. Okay, don't put that in. The 3 challenges are for push-ups, jackknives, and planks.
Nera, thank you for the art food. If you need to do post-stream care, please do. Get some food, water, and rest.
7 stars.
Otherwise, stay and vibe with us.
My competitive brain, and I wanted to try and beat each of these 3 challenges by the end of the month.
How do I do it? Ah!
For increasing difficulty. To ensure a clear focus for each day, this was probably the hardest one to find a solution to. It just took a lot of brainstorming and changing things around constantly. One of the things I did was create this sheet
Hi,
of
friend.
exercise and activity.
Hey. Can you guys shout out Kazakhs? Because they made this goober and I love them.
These 5 workouts I rotated.
If you want one, they're not expensive either.
Stress reducer and flexibility. Each workout
Queen, this is your chance. I'm giving you a chance.
2 of them being yoga, 2 strength, and 1 of each in the balance, aerobic, and plus categories. Generally, I would do 3 sets of each activity. Excluding this rule would be shorter games like ski.
You got it. No, just do slash shout out and then their name. You got it.
I also kept the list of all activities close by in case I wanted to do something different or I felt the need to change something. It was also pretty easy to implement fun games that corresponded with each workout as well. So by the time I figured out my routine for the week, it was already the end of week 2. And let's take a look at how much progress I made during the week. My balance this week was averaging 48.9% on the left and 51.1 on the right.
Of course, how are you doing, love?
I ended up with 228.8 pounds, according to Wii Fit. And sorry for the face cam cutting off the graph there, but you can still see that we're on the downward trend. Now, it looks like I'm losing weight at a rather quick pace, but during this week, I was having my suspicions about the accuracy of the balance board, especially when comparing it to my actual scale. Let's just keep that thought in the back of our minds for right now, and end week 2 off with a bang by doing our first custom-made workout. On this day, I decided to do...
I gotta figure out how to do this.
And first up was the plank challenge.
Don't remember.
I've already done these challenges a few times at this point, and they
Trying to
were
all get it on some stuff. Let's go.
hard. But this is the first time I was gonna do one with full...
Kazakhs, I need your help actually that you're here. So on my normal model, I did something stupid and I did something wrong, and so I had to rig every like mouth position for like each angle. And I know there's a faster way to do this. If you know how I can rig the mouth to go with the head, that would be fantastic. Because I feel like it's simple and I forget.
Serious trainer.
So the first set felt pretty good, and it really boosted my confidence for the next 2 sets.
Man, dude, starting on that fills me with a lot of, like, hope that I can actually achieve this now.
However, it was quickly pointed out to me by chat that throughout the challenge, each attempt I did went up by 20 seconds.
100-second plank, Maka S. I have a feeling that's where we're going. Actually, you know what I really think the final challenge is 2 minutes.
Before this challenge, the longest I had ever held a plank for was 1 minute, so these numbers were pretty daunting. But there was only one way to find out if we were right.
Here we go.
That's it for me.
Wow.
You win.
Holy. Oh my god, it is, dude, it's 2 whole minutes. Oh my god. I think I could actually do it though.
So I really do have to go for a 2-minute plank on my final set, huh? Like I said, I'm going to failure with these challenges, and I'm not backing down from that statement. But something unexpected happened as I was resting.
Whoa. No way! The bronze piggy, that's awesome. I don't think I've ever gotten more than bronze. Oh, that's awesome, dude. I wonder if it can go to platinum like medals in Wii Sports or whatever. Dude, I might actually beat the plank challenge today. I don't want to hype myself up, but that is actually possible.
It was time. No more resting.
Oh, maybe.
No more thinking about it. It was time to
How do I
just
do this?
it.
Off today. Come back again later.
What?
He got tired. You jab the mouth in the same deform as the face, and that way in general moves already reach angles I'd clean up. If you're doing angle paraforms key to perform mouth, it might be weird.
Are you?
I did. Well, let me see if it. Let me see if I can just put it inside. Even though it is.
What?
Is it not inside of here? I'm pretty sure it is. No.
You can do that? They can just say no? He wasn't done with his 5-minute break?
Thank you, Sam.
That might actually be it. That's crazy. I didn't know that was possible. You can outwork the Wii Fit trainer?
Alright, despite this wimpy bitch,
How do I know what's in here? All of it is in here.
2 minutes. 2 minutes. That's all we have to do. Is just 2 minutes of my life planking. And that's it.
Well, to be fair, the format I didn't really. I did it individual pieces. That's why.
up to me. I was starting to feel it.
So that makes it difficult.
So started burning up, but I knew I had to be close to 120 seconds. And there was just one message I tried to keep pumping into my mind. Don't quit. There was just about 20 seconds.
Maybe we put it in here.
Don't quit!
Now there's less than 10 seconds.
Hey, Doey.
Don't quit!
But then something unexpected happened. The game gaslit me. This whole time, it was going up by 20 seconds, but this final star went longer. By this point, I had no track of time. If I peeked up, I could barely see the screen.
I have the mouth in the same deformer as the
This
face.
made my core feel worse, so I just kept.
So if I...
For all I knew, 2
Okay,
minutes
so if we do it like this.
in reality, I passed it a
Do a little fun thing here.
All I kept
Drag that in
thinking about was
here.
how painful it was, and my mind went racing.
Yes!
Told me to stop. I tried to ignore it and waited for the
Yes! We love that!
was the slow ticking of the timer, and
Wait, that's actually brilliant.
I was uncontrollably shaking, but my muscles hadn't given out yet.
Still with me? Another 10.
Kazak's being goaded.
I had to get a grip, because if I fell out of the yellow circle, it would be over.
Still with me? Another 10.
I could feel my hips starting to drop, but I wanted to
Yeah, we gotta
stay.
fix some of them,
Still had
but...
some strength.
Yes!
Still with me? Another
Saving
10.
time on doing the dumb mistake I did on my model.
Went into breathing and smothering the pain. I couldn't take it.
I'm seeing a lot of subs today, so I just want to do a funny thing. And plug my memberships because I'm cool like that. Yeah, motherfuckers. I'm kidding.
Let's go.
Okay, for the people who sub to me on Twitch, I'm just gonna say, for the same amount of money, for $5, this is not people who use Prime, because, you know, for $5, you literally, okay, you don't get my emotes, but who's really using those? You get art every other month. That's you literally the value it pays itself after one time. I'm just saying. Consider moving to, you know, and I get more of the cut, you know, just saying. Okay. You're like losing money when you think about it. You're missing out on art. Don't you understand? Anyway. But logically, I'm correct. You're losing art for the same price. Girl math, that's what I'm saying! You're losing money. Come on, we get it. You're losing money.
Had to look to see how close I could
Oh, that's funny.
So I took a peek.
FTD hacking keyboard business is always so weird. It really is.
I couldn't read the numbers clearly, but I just saw 3.
Okay, so I gotta figure out what to fix
A
now.
little more motivation. I was shaking all over the place. I couldn't hold on much longer. I knew it was coming soon, but I wanted to give up.
These ones are a little funny.
Suddenly,
Okay, let me check this one first.
Oh my god, I did it! Oh my god, I
These ones should be pretty easy.
Holy crap!
Yeah, it's pretty standard.
Yeah! Oh my god! Oh.
Girl math. We love girl math. Also, the goal for 2025 is 10 concurrent, consistent members. So that is what we're aiming towards. Most likely we'll get it before the year ends and I'll move it to 15. But you know.
Look at that. Bro could do a 3-minute plank. Wait, that was 3 minutes. Wait. Wait, was that 120 or was that 180? That was 3 minutes, but tripled the best that I've done. Holy crap. All mental. That's
Okay.
insane. 110. No wonder I felt like it was taking forever.
Because it actually was. What a sneaky bastard.
Dude, we've got 1 out of 3 challenges complete, man. We're a third of the way there. We're only halfway through the month.
It was crazy to say it, but 3 weeks was
Did I
already
do-
here and time was flying by. By this point, the days began to blur together and getting on Wii Fit really
Okay, I
became
did.
an ingrained habit. It was nice to see the calendar filling out, and I really got into the stamps. I found out that they unlocked in a pattern, and I realized that on the last day, I would unlock the 8th and final stamp, which I found very symbolic. So I think this week is the perfect time to address what is my least favorite part about Wii Fit, and that's the body tests, which may sound shocking, but I would argue that all of the other videos of people doing a similar challenge to mine hated their experience because of this one.
Yeah, these ones are perfect, and these ones are pretty good. It's just these ones are good too. It's just this one's a little stupid.
First of all, let's go back to something I hinted at earlier, which was the balance board's weight accuracy. I mentioned in the previous week that I had my suspicions with the balance board, and that was because the weight difference between the balance board and my real scale was never consistent. But I mean, I did weigh myself on each one during different times of the day, but it was on day 17.
I feel like me moving this is gonna mess it up, no?
Trust. So to preface, on day 16, we
Hello, Sam and YouTube Pokemon.
matched and said that I weighed 229 pounds.
Generic? Are you calling my commentary generic?
Scale said
Even though I'm not commenting on anything.
But when I went onto Wii Fit,
Wait, so
what?
wait, Kha'Zix, if wouldn't this me moving this here mess it up for the rest of it because it's not rigged on this?
Okay. Well, I mean, I must have taken a big dump this morning.
Maybe you could tell by my lackluster reaction, but I was a little surprised that I reached my goal a week earlier than I was supposed to. Also, what's up with the discrepancy between the scale and the balance board? It just seemed to change overnight. I had a feeling it was a false reading, and I was tempted.
No,
to
you're
weigh
good.
myself
Like, if
again
I-
to see if something
so-
different came up, and I actually really regretted not trying that.
I guess I don't mind the position that much. But if I wanted to move this to make it a little more accurate, wouldn't it then mess it up? Because it's not rigged to the head. So would it mess it up? Like when I'm at my default, you know, position. It looks goofy.
My goal.
Hi, Ramon.
Possible. The fact of gaining a pound, like, do I have a pound of shit in me? I don't think so. Oh, dude, this is exactly what I was not looking forward to. Because it's not like I changed anything. I think it was just an error from yesterday. It's a little frustrating. Now it's gonna be like, what? And then it's gonna be like, what'd you eat, you stupid idiot?
We're having this game and we fit bored, but the disc just stopped working and I was salty because you know, it's a fun game. I enjoyed having this game.
One day. I knew I should have redone the test.
Ugh, it made tracking progress very frustrating.
It was all right.
I really wanted to earn that 228.
Hey, as a kid, I enjoyed these little mini games.
The goal is still back on, and I didn't get an early finish.
As long as keyed by default.
But in defense of the Wii balance board, let's talk about these.
Are you saying
which I have never
to add parameters for the mouth here, you're saying?
By the way, these plastic feet come with the balance board because, like a real scale, it can apparently have issues on soft surfaces. But for some reason, I only have 3 of these. Plus, it seemed accurate at the start of the challenge, so I figured my carpet was hard enough to register everything correctly. Apparently, I may have been wrong. But it's strange because some days it checks out and some days it doesn't. Whatever the reason for the inaccuracy, it's really annoying for tracking progress and making a cohesive YouTube video. But this goes along with the second reason.
So I can do
why
like
don't
this.
Body tests, and that is to weigh yourself every single day. I don't really find weighing yourself every day necessary because, again, it's not about the current results, it's about the current trajectory. If I weighed myself once every few days and I kept the same routine
For the individual mouth form or a certain angle. So like
see the same trend.
the entire mouth form for a specific angle.
Become discouraged.
But I figure me rigging it, I mean,
Healthy habits,
what's the word? Me
making great progress. And then on top
keying it here shouldn't mess it up now.
It's a recipe for disaster if someone new to exercising doesn't realize or understand these factors. And the final reason I don't like these tests, I do not like the Wii Fit age. I understand what this metric is trying to accomplish, but the way that you do it in the game is not the best way to calculate this. You do 2 random activities that measure random things and give you an age that you will do what with? Like, seriously, what on God's green earth are you gonna do with a Wii Fit age? At least with the other things measured, you can do exercises or activities to change the results. But with this metric, all you need to do is just practice the abstract tests the game created. But you know what test is impossible no matter what? is the ultimate balance test. It's task only. I refuse.
I don't know if I can reflect emotion.
This without face cam proof and has easy anti-cheat on. No! I honestly wish these activities had the purpose of showing you what exactly could be improved instead of showing you that you need improvement. You know you need to improve. That's why I'm on a Segway killing moles with balloons. And honestly, the Wii Fit age for me was almost the same.
Okay, no, I'm messing something up.
Days.
Let me go back.
It
Ah!
gave you no new information.
Weird headache coming on for some reason.
My refit age will be perhaps 20? I don't know.
Maybe I don't reflect emotion.
No, you are such. I hate
Pretty
that.
avatar? Yeah.
You can't do that to me, man.
If I
It's not for me.
Myself, I would just do a quick body test, mark the calendar.
Be careful out there.
Real scale,
Star,
and
Moon Star.
whatever Wii Fit says. So week 3 flew by really quick with some unexpected things happening along the way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was. I don't know. Let's see what this guy's about to say to me. Oh, the sass. A little sassy. Wow. I mean, I know the real answer, buddy, and it's you, but that's okay. It's fine.
I kept up my diet and was still good about getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep. The routines I made seemed to be working pretty well for me, although some days I switched out different exercises because they were either taking way too long or I was getting bored with it and I just needed to mix it up a little bit. One of these times I randomly switched out tightrope walk for soccer and I'm sure glad I did.
I'm just bad at learning languages, but like I've taken a Spanish class since 5th grade and I still don't think I could talk to a native speaker. Like, I was in high school and I moved down to like intermediate level Spanish. I'm killing it right now. Oh my lord. Holy shit. Oh my god!
Whoa, I did not get hit by that shoe.
Holy shit.
Oh! Oh!
So
Oh my gosh! No! What do you mean you missed one?
Ooh, that
Oh.
was crazy. I just entered a flow state. That was awesome. Oh my god. I'm just talking about Spanish and then I just hit some bangers. Ah, I missed like 2. That's such a bummer. Is the perfect score? I think perfect score is 600. Oh my god, I could not have done that if I tried.
For the push-up and jackknife challenges, I didn't reach Guru quite yet. And while jackknives I was getting better
Peak
at,
head
I
butts,
had some
true.
struggles with the push-ups. My arms just aren't as strong as my chest
I don't mind the
muscles.
angles, so I might leave them for now until I figure out how to move them properly without messing up everything.
The average balance and
But
the
those angles are
weight
pretty
balance.
extreme anyway, so it's all
Scale
good.
in the balance board just to show all the data. So far, it looks like we're on track to reaching our goal, but it's not over till the fat lady sings, or I guess the Wii game chimes. So on top of there just being one more week left to lose the weight I want to, I still want to try and complete both challenges for the
Okay, with that
jackknives
knowledge in
and
my
the
mind,
push-ups. So to start off the final week,
what
I
else is
thought I'd
left?
jump
Oh,
straight
these.
in and train my abs with
Kind
the
of
jackknife.
forgot.
Alright. Please tell me that's all.
Measure 4 against the TV? That's not surprising.
God.
I need to hit the gym a little harder.
How many stars with that?
I like his voice.
Holy moly, really? Wait, that's actually cool.
What do I need to do for these? Make a
Let
deformer.
me get this straight. So if 50 reps is what it is now, then they're gonna make you think that 60 reps is next. But 60 that can't be next, dude. It's gotta be like 100. Something wacky. Something insane like that. Because for planking it, maybe go another minute. I don't know, man. That's tough. You get to a point where just this part of your body hurts.
I know
so
I did
bad,
the
so
side horn. I
uncomfortable.
think I want to move that.
Part of your body for some reason. It just feels like you're about to throw up, kind of.
Yikes.
Okay, that's fine. What am I missing here?
That means I
The
need to be doing double of what I'm barely capable of doing. And if I was right about the jackknives, then that means the push-ups follow the same suit, which is also the challenge I'm the worst at. I was beginning to doubt if this was even possible to do in a week's time. But nevertheless,
That's fine. It's when you go to the side, I feel like it's probably moving too much, maybe?
On day 23, I got on the real scale. It said I weighed 228 pounds, which means I met my original goal for real this time. I have
Yeah, over here it's been way too much. I don't know why I thought I could just move that like that.
I finally earned my 228. But because of the mishaps from earlier, my Wii Fit goal now had me losing an additional 2 pounds. And while I doubt I could actually reach that weight in that amount of time, I think I could at least get Wii Fit to say that I'm 226 pounds, which I still think could be pretty impressive to have lost enough weight to make that happen. I've made it this far, so finishing the month and not seeing how far I could go, that just wouldn't feel right to me. So let's keep going and see this to the end. Let's flash forward to day 27, where it was finally time to attempt what I assumed would be the 100 jackknife challenge.
Feeling a little off today. Come back again later.
What? Dude! What's with this guy? I'm sick of this guy. What? You are my trainer, not the other way around. I don't really feel like it.
Like moving the properties? No, I thought I had this horn moving too much whenever I was doing tests.
That's the second time he's done
It didn't seem right, so I was just adjusting it now that I remember. Okay, with these, it should be pretty simple to move it.
I've been training hard. You're in for a
Really?
serious challenge this
So now, okay, sure, fine, whatever. All right. You know, the world stops for this guy.
He's obviously afraid of me. Oh, okay. So wait, this is actually some real deal shit right here, guys. This might get.
Let me see how this is gonna look with this.
See on the other side. This might be rough.
Nope, it does not move right. Okay, I'll do it manually, it's fine.
I'm still in this.
So the f am I?
I kinda love that.
10 more.
Sounds like Goku, is it? Surely not.
Show me what you got.
Yeah, that's right.
Show me what you got.
You motherfucker. Let's do this.
Show me what you
You're
Wow.
man. But you forget that I'm crazy too. You can do it. You can do it. He's gonna go to 100. You can do it. You can do it.
Oh, hello, average Super Mario 64 fanatic. Who is this? This is me. This video is by Coley or something. I like the video, but I'm doing a little bit of multitasking today. How are you? I didn't see you, my bad, bro.
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
Hi, welcome.
Oh, oh my God.
Okay, so
Oh.
I have my friend here too. He's quietly vibing to himself.
Hello.
Oh.
Which horn is this? Left horn.
I'm quietly like concentrating. Sorry.
Not numb.
No, say
I'm
sorry.
trying to learn Magic. I'm trying to learn Magic the Gathering, and that's kind of what ends up happening.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I didn't care. I was just saying that to be funny.
Oh, I want to celebrate so much more, but I'm just
Do as you please.
gone.
Oh, dude, I knew from the moment was like past 60, I was like,
He's a wizard?
"No
True.
way. We're not going to 100. That probably means
Okay,
something
so-
to, which I definitely could not. There's no way I could do that. I don't have the arm strength, but I guess I got the ab strength. As much
I'll
as
just
this
do it like this to
sucks,
save me
the
time.
making one was way worse. I think that was so much worse. That's using all of your core. This is only using like basically the top part of your abs. How am I going to finish today's workout? Oh, okay. But we did it. I'm gonna be so much happier about. You're telling me that was 11 minutes of doing jackknives. Oh.
So the next day was day 28, and it was 3 days until the final weigh-in. After yesterday's success, I was really not looking forward to the push-up challenge. Not only because it was the challenge I was the worst at, but now that I knew all the challenges threw a curveball at the end, I wasn't sure if I could even get to that level in just 3 days. But I guess that just means I should try even harder, and that's what I intended to do. This is about to be rough.
Do 10 more.
All right.
This is do 10 more.
How did that not?
I'm still in this. 7.
How did that not count? Ah, no. Damn, dude. Fuck.
9.
I really want to get to 30.
You're getting
I just couldn't do it. If I could have done push-ups that were wider and used my chest muscles, then maybe I could have done better, but it is what it is. I did 2 more sets of push-ups, but just ended up doing worse after each time, despite how long I rested for. If I had more time, I think I could have worked up my triceps and gotten at least 6 stars, but I had to throw in the towel and accept the fact that it just wasn't gonna happen. I was kind of disappointed, but I was still really proud of the fact that I beat the other 2 challenges, and this challenge made me more aware of a muscle I needed to improve, which I would have never realized without trying it out. And day 28 was not without progress. We had nearly perfect balance, also gaining very minimal weight, which is good. Day 29 also saw progress. I was 0.1% off from perfect balance, and I didn't gain any weight today at all. But on day 30, I was so close to Wii Fit saying 226. I decided to give a big final push before the end of the month. I planned a unique workout just for the occasion where we would do the most intense exercises in the game and burn as many calories as I could before the final weigh-in tomorrow. To start off, we went back to my old nemesis, the single arm stand. I just try to keep a positive attitude about it. Dude, this is gonna suck. This is gonna be bad. This is gonna be so bad. This is gonna be horrible. This is gonna be. This guy is an. I want you to see how inhuman this guy is. Jesus, don't switch other arms. Do we do other arms? Please don't.
now.
Fuck. Okay, grounded V. Here we go. This is where the yoga novices become masters right here. Keep it up. Let's keep it up. It's for that final weigh-in. We're speed running. Let's do it. Single leg reach. Damn it!
Enjoy your lurk, love.
No! 10 minutes. We're locking it in. Alright, here we go. This is the last thing we're doing. This is the last workout in Wii Fit before I weigh myself in tomorrow. This is serious right here. We have to take this seriously. I want to try and do a full lap around the island in 10 minutes. You're getting emotional? Let's not get emotional yet. Here we go. This is everything we've worked for. We're gonna give it our all right? We have to. There's no other way. This one is for all you people out there who want to lose weight and think they can't do it, but you can. If I can do it, you can do it too. 2 years ago, I weighed 300 pounds, and now I'm 220, whatever it said today. You can do it. F the light pace. We're going all in. Let's go! I'm like a fucking idiot, but in my mind, I'm like fucking a soldier. I'm like fucking, what's his name in Attack on Titan? My soldiers! Rage! This is Rocky Staircase scene. Let's go. We're going in. We're gonna do a whole island lap. If anybody's running along with me, or if anybody's played along with me this whole month,
I like this guy's
I
energy.
want to give a thank you. You didn't have to sit here and watch me do this stupid shit. You could have done something with your life. It's horrible. You get what I mean? I appreciate you for taking the beautiful time out of your day to spend it here with me, seeing if this can work, seeing what I can do, and seeing that you can do it too.
You can overcome so many more obstacles than you think in life, and this was one of them. I started this because I had family that wanted to get healthy, and they knew about this. And I was like, you know what? F it. I'll try it for them. I'll see if it works. I'll see if it can do something for them. And that's why we're here. We're here today. Let's do it. Oh, we're already at the tunnel. Don't slow down now. That's right. Oh, I feel real bad for that guy. There he is. See, we get back up and we do it again. Take off the glasses. I don't need to see. I just need to run.
I don't need to
Really bad
see.
advice, don't do that. Oh, get back up. Yeah, let's go. I better get like 500 fucking stars for this one. Holy fuck. We're almost at a mile. 1 mile. We're doing it. Come on, keep it up. We're gonna do it. There's no way we don't do it. We're already here at 3 minutes. We got it. We just gotta keep moving forward. 3 more minutes. Here we go. I can feel it. I can feel my abs and my legs and my shoulders. And it sucks. But you know what? The fact that I know that I can get to the end gives me enough determination to just go through the pain, to fight the fact. I'm not letting her pass me. You can't pass me. You can't pass me. You can't pass me. Do it. We got 2 minutes left. There's the town. You gotta go. You can't pass me. You can't pass me. You can't pass me. No. 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 Come on. You're right there. You can't do it. You can do it. Don't let her pass you. With a minute to spare. Let's go. Woo! Let's go. Whole lap around the island in 9 minutes. Let's fucking go. Rah! You can pass me now, I don't care. Oh, my watch just said I'm in a loud environment and I could have hearing damage done. You know what? No. I can't let you pass me. I can't let you fucking pass me. You can't pass me.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's go! Woo! Almost 2 whole miles. That's right, that's a 3-star. Yes! Holy! It's crazy to think we're already at the end of the month. This month flew by for me. Flew by. I don't think I've sweat this much from Wii Fit ever until today. So I feel like I've been babying it a little bit.
So, after a strong finish to the final workout, all I needed to do was eat well and sleep good for day 31, the final day. I was honestly kind of nervous for my final weigh-in, and stepping onto the balance board, I couldn't believe the month was already over. It was time to see if my hard work and discipline actually paid off.
Well, it's not even, I don't want to try and like think about it too hard, but I really would love to get 50-50 balance for the last one. I really want to. But I can't think about it too hard. I don't want to think about it too hard. If I think about it too hard, then I will just mess up. So here we go. All right.
Did I do this one? Oh, I didn't. Okay. All done.
All right. Let's see. Is my balance? My first day, I set the standard really high. No, dude, it's so bad.
Hey, Mink, how you doing? Going good.
Oh my god.
Doing some multitasking today.
Wow.
You're looking inside my computer right now.
No.
That's a joke, but kinda not the way I have it looking right now.
No way, dude. What? I refuse. I gained a pound in a day. I do not agree with this. I do not agree. I don't agree. I weighed 228 this morning. Actually, it's the exact same I weighed yesterday. Why would I have gained a pound? You're a liar. You're an absolute god-awful liar. Fuck you. No. I'm gonna reweigh myself. This is stupid. I'm not gonna... No. Fuck you. I'm reweighing myself. I don't believe that number. This isn't copium either. This is not copium. This is like, I actually think the balance board is very, very wrong. Wait, it did the stamp? Oh, I hate this game. I hate you.
Okay, working through our block by drawing some anime eyes. I don't know why it's working. Hey, whatever works, baby.
I hate that. I hate that with all my being. I know I'm not a pound more. You're a liar. Okay, I just want to say that this is different. Dude, that's how you know there's something wrong. I'm not accepting.
Can you give me a color? How about soft lavender?
And if it's the same, then I'm gonna be really pissed, because that really just does not prove my point. Wow, I really improved at the balance part there. Okay. I don't really care about that. Show me this. I refuse to believe that I weigh that much. Oh! Oh, what a surprise! Oh my god! Really? Wow, I'm so good at losing weight! Don't you dare ruin my moment! You ruined my moment! I still didn't meet the goal though. Which is whatever. But that I believe more. If I do this, can I do the fucking stamp? I'm gonna be pissed if I can't put my stamp there. That was like the whole point of this entire challenge, was to put a stamp there. No. No! I'm so sad! I can't put the stamp on it! That's criminal! That would have looked so good! It would have been the perfect... Oh, man! What was even the stamp? It was me! That's so cool! This game sucks! That's stupid! That's awesome! Why did I quit? I should have just reweighed myself after. I'm so angry, dude! That's so cool! And I didn't get it! Oh my god, that's awesome. Oh, I hope you enjoy that. You made like a cake brownie thing. That's sick. You know, this would have been the perfect day if I saw that image and I had my stamp! God! Alright. Yeah, it looks very nice.
So to answer the question, did Wii Fit actually work? And the answer is yes. And no. Let's take a look at the data. Here's the average balance of each week, and honestly, it looks like I just switched sides, which surprised me. So really, I ended up right back where I started in terms of balance. But I'll say in Wii Fit's defense, I'm sure achieving and maintaining great balance is something that takes longer than a month. And honestly, while it isn't 50-50, I think I have a healthy balance for my age. If anything, Wii Fit made me much more aware of my balance in my day-to-day life, which is pretty cool. That's something I hadn't really thought about before. For losing weight, I actually did achieve my original goal and then some, despite what the balance board thinks. Regardless of my impractical start, I still lost some real weight and ended with a weight just above 227 pounds, which was unexpected. Now granted, this isn't my first rodeo with losing weight, so I kind of knew certain things to expect. I also think it's important to note that I have no idea what amount of this weight was body fat or water or whatever. However, despite all of this, I think Wii Fit helped. I still gained quite a sweat most days, and on the final day, I kind of wondered how far you could push this game to make it a more effective workout. Maybe I could have done even more with the time I was given than I realized. Either way, getting off your butt and doing anything is better than doing nothing, right? Would I recommend this for people wanting to get healthier? Now remember what I said earlier, please. In all honesty, it depends on your goals. If your goals are similar to mine, then yeah, I would say do it. Whatever makes you interested in getting a better lifestyle is good. I think every review online about this game is honestly way too harsh, and this game is still practical. Like, why discourage an option for people? Just because things don't work for you doesn't mean it won't work for other people, and vice versa. Now, it's not perfect. There's some some goofy made-up stuff. But don't ignore the other great, real exercises that this game offers. I practically learned and started enjoying yoga because of this game. But if your goals are to build muscle or run marathons, then no. I would not recommend this. This is
Why is it in
for the
reverse?
casual person looking to make a difference in their life. This is cheaper than the gym overall, it's pretty accessible, and you can still learn and do a lot. Hell, this game even lets you exercise while you're doing something else. If you're seriously considering giving Wii Fit a shot, in the description, I put a spreadsheet of every Wii Fit exercise and my routines I generally followed for the month. Hopefully that can
Yeah,
be
Y and
useful
X
for
are
some
flips.
people. Please switch out things
No,
for
Y is
activities
doing the
you
right
enjoy
thing.
or that match your skill level.
It's
I would
X that's not.
recommend weighing yourself separately and still try other activities outside of Wii Fit as well. I was just strict in doing this because I didn't want the outside factors to affect my results. Now here's a secret that I'm only gonna announce here in this video. So if you're still watching, you're kind of the GOAT. There was
Okay,
some
gotta
talk
figure
about
out this
doing
then.
a weekly Wii Fit stream, and if there's more of a demand for it, then I'll consider doing it, but it didn't feel right with the current landscape of my channel. So I started a new channel called The Green Room. It's a commentary channel where I bike around Woohoo Island and talk about things on my mind. Or if someone really wants my thoughts on something, then maybe I'll address it there as well. I figured this would be a good alternative to the streams, and I wanted to make a channel like this for a while now, so check out that secret sauce if you want. It'll be in the
This doesn't make
description
sense.
too. But anyways, thanks for watching. I'd appreciate it if you liked and subscribed, and I'll see you.
Cut! And that's the end.
Wait, we gotta find something else to watch. It was good. Maybe I can watch a mutual.
A couple weeks ago, a trend was going around the radioactive wasteland that is Twitter.com of people putting their pictures into Midjourney or ChatGPT or whatever they did to turn them into little doll packaging or Ghibli characters or video game characters or whatever other stupid thing they could think of. And truthfully, some of these are cute. The ideas, at least. This doll one is cute, and I love Studio Ghibli, but of course the use of AI is absolutely abhorrent. I made videos before on the topic of AI character designs, and I know that my audience mainly consists of
Juicebox,
AI
thank you.
artists, so I'm preaching to the
How
choir
are you?
here instead of changing anyone's minds. AI enthusiasts often claim that AI makes art more accessible to those who are disabled, and while their point initially seems admirable, the people making these claims are not disabled and are not unable to pick up a pencil and learn how to draw. They just don't want to. Disabled people have been making art since art was invented. If a literal penguin can create art without opposable thumbs, there is a way for disabled people to make art. If there's a will, there's a way, and if you are resorting to using AI art, you have no will. But what if I have no hands and can only use text-to-speech to input a prompt to generate a picture?
Why is this broken? I don't understand why it's not broken here.
Bigger problems on your
What's
mind. If you are dead set on having a picture
the
of either
problem?
a Sonic character or a Studio Ghibli character, of course there's always the best option of commissioning an artist. But I
Good, just saw
realize
YouTuber in the corner.
times right now, and not everyone has the time.
Yeah, I didn't make this specific model. Kha'Zix did, but thank you.
Today I wanted to highlight
He's a
my
goober,
favorite AI-free way
and I love
to
it.
create a character design of your own. But I just wanted to tell you something beforehand. Yes, your designs do not have to be perfect. They don't even have to be good. If you're worried about commissioning and
What happened here?
embarrassed of your
Trying to figure out what's going on.
design,
Y'all can't see the
promise
physics
that we're
window, but
judging you or clowning on you. We're really
Eeh.
trusting us with your character that you clearly
100% we love it, right?
part of. Sending an artist a gotcha life character or a sim screenshot or a picru is not an offense or an embarrassment, so don't hesitate to use any or all of these to create a reference for a commission of a character in your head that you want to see on paper, digital, in your Google Drive, But before I show you my favorite character design tools, this video is very kindly sponsored by Paperlike. Paperlike
Thank
is
you.
exactly what it sounds like. It's a screen protector for iPads designed to make them feel like paper. Paperlike uses nanodots, which are just small textured microbeads on the surface of the screen protector to
I don't think I understand why that doesn't work.
the
Okay.
satisfying scratch of a pencil and the sound of your lead hitting the page. As an added bonus, the Paperlike reduces glare on the surface of your iPad, making it much more bearable to use under bright lights or even outside. Here you're watching me apply the Paperlike to my iPad, and the package itself comes with everything you'll need, like alignment stickers, dust wipes, and a
Well, I think that's mostly it, except for
with both a video demonstration as well as a text version. This was my first.
I guess I need to test it because I know there's something off about it. I just don't know what it is yet.
It was so simple and straightforward that I was able to get it on first try and start drawing with it
I want
right
to
away, and
exaggerate the.
Plus, each pack comes with 2 protectors in case you need to restart or ever need to replace it, or if you have 2 iPads of the exact same size. After a few weeks with it now, it is super easy to get used to the texture, and it really does feel like you're drawing on a piece of nice, high-quality paper. If I had to describe the feeling to other digital artists, it replicates the feeling of drawing.
I've been flinging out of my backpack.
Thank you.
So I wanted one of these for Christmas, and I did not get one, so I got one. It's a little zip.
Paperlike is so confident that you'll love their screen protectors that they have a 100-day money-back guarantee. So if for whatever reason you don't 100% love it, they'll replace it for you or refund what you paid. But truthfully, it will take you much less than 100 days to get used to it and love it. Paperlike is perfect for digital artists like me, but is also used by students, writers, and anyone who uses their iPad for pretty much anything. They have a Paperlike for every iPad going back as far as 2019, so it's not restricted to the newest iPads. My iPad is going on 5
Yeah, Kofi, you tell him.
Paperlike fits like a glove. If you want to check out Paperlike, make sure to click the link in the description or in the pinned comment. Thank you so much to Paperlike for sponsoring this video. Option number 1. Gotcha Life. You know them, you love them. Gotcha Life.
No, we hate them. We don't like Gotcha Life.
Legitimately, Gotcha Life is such a good free resource for character creation, and I really wish that I was joking. When I don't know where to start with a design, I actually often open Gotcha Life on my phone and just play around with different options without the commitment of having to draw, then erase, then draw again. Even if Gotcha Life doesn't exactly capture the vibe that I'm going for, it's a great starting point and often a good way to pick out colors and vibes.
Hey, John, and thank you for calling me that, as always.
I often have clients send me their Gotcha Life OCs, and it gives me a great start.
Day 81 of John not subbing to my Ko-Fi and making him, reminding him that he's not.
Excuse for not having access to character design tools, even if you're afraid of being cringe. I will be the first in line to admit my cringe.
Don't exaggerate the head turn, I think.
I use it in my character design process. Feel free
We should ban him.
Gotcha Life has gotten so in-depth and detailed in the past few years, and there are so many customization options that I can genuinely highly recommend it as a character design tool for both beginners and advanced artists who don't know where to start with a design. Plus, unlike with some of the other tools on this list, Gotcha Life saves the character in their individual parts, so you can always go in and change it later. With normal character creators, you have to save it as an image, which means you have to completely remake it later if you want to change even just a small detail about the character design. But Gotcha Life has, I think, 100 or 1,000 slots or something like that for characters, and you can duplicate them, so you can mix and match and do pretty much anything your heart desires. So yeah, if you're completely new to character design and can't draw
Whatever, John.
your life, but you want to make something,
My sounds are broken. Sorry.
Wholehearedly. Option number 2 is Picrew. Picrew is a free Japanese website full of character creators made by independent artists that range from furries to anime.
Hey, Wolf, how are you?
Chibi creators. Pretty much any style of character you're looking to create, Picrew will allow you to create for you. For Picrew specifically, make sure to read the rules that the artist has put in place on how you can images that you can make in the creator. Some are fine with reposts on social media and for use in profile pictures and whatnot, but aren't okay
You can
with
hear that.
commercial
Oh!
use. When in doubt,
Wait a second. You hear them? Oh. Did that one play? I didn't hear it. Hold on.
Stop the cap.
Oh, they are playing. Oh,
No
you know what?
bullshit, bro.
Do you have it going through the wrong output?
No, they're both a monitor and output. Why can't I hear it? What the heck?
No. Is OBS outputting in the correct spot?
Mm. So what happened? Why they just stopped not... Okay, hold on.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Okay. They're working, I see it, but I have to figure out why. Because normally I... That's weird because when I had the monitor and output turned on for the sound, I would be able to hear it, no problem, but now it's not working. And that's turned on. Okay. These are things... Well, then y'all are hearing it. That's better than me hearing it. So I will, again, figure these things out later. Good to know that they were playing, though.
A safe option and keep your images just for personal use or for reference for commissions. I'll leave a few of my favorite...
Queen, do exclamation point Ko-Fi member so John can join the propaganda train. Come on.
Especially for darker skin tones in a lot of these creators. Even though they're
I could literally be drawing whoever you want.
a running theme is that
Is a tiny dragon breathing? Why am I not hearing him talking? Because he's focusing.
maybe one or two slightly tan skin tones, or several picrus have been made to combat this epidemic, like the black picru, which
Hello, Jazz. Welcome in. Hi.
in depth and
I
obviously
believe you're new. How you doing?
black and brown people. Like, look, that's me. If you are looking for a more anime-styled character creator,
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Kinch is another one. He used to join the simp crew.
Clothing, colors, and accessories can sometimes also be limited in crews.
Oh.
A color wheel, like you do in Gacha Life, which is
It's the first time I'm hearing this. He's so focused he doesn't remember I exist. I hate to tell you, but like, he's not the host, so he doesn't have to necessarily acknowledge everybody. I'll be real.
quite a few websites with lots of high-quality working.
Olivia Arthur, thank you. Thank you.
I used to use this website to make OCs in middle school on my school-issued Chromebook, and would get flagged for playing games and get called down to the office. But that's neither here nor there. Doll-Divine is quite similar to Hikaru, but tends to have more character creators based on existing IP like Pretty Cure or Sailor Moon or Tinkerbell.
How you doing,
So
Kinch?
if you're trying to make a character based on something like that, this is probably where I would look first. A few of the games are a bit laggy and don't work great, but with enough patience you can come out with a few great character designs for commissioning or drawing. Doll-Divine also has several sister websites. The one I can think of off the top of my head is Azalea's Dolls. These websites don't have a whole lot of options for...
The glaze is real, but is your true art style... The glaze is amazing? Who's glazing who? What you talking about?
Then this is definitely where I would start. Option number 4 is The Sims. The Sims 4, or the least best Sims game, recently went free to play.
Hey Luna, who am I looking for?
Is now available for anyone to use. The Sims base content is a bit lackluster, but the custom
Did I call it base model?
is like unlocking a whole new
Yes, I
game.
did.
It's super easy to start downloading custom content, so I'm not going to explain it here, but I'll link a few videos in the description. Make sure to be careful when downloading from websites, make sure to have an ad blocker installed, etc. What I like to do is search for Sims 4 custom content on Pinterest, and then click directly on the
I guess I'll copy this head up from my own.
Oftentimes it will lead straight to a creator's free post on Patreon that you can download directly from. Once you've spent 7 straight hours role-playing retail therapy and have an adequate amount of custom content, making your OCs in The Sims is super easy and in-depth. Plus, it comes with the added bonus of getting to watch them set the house on fire because they make...
No, I gotta configure this like crazy.
I will say, The Sims isn't great for fantasy OCs, but if you have OCs whose story...
Like the eyes, what did we do for it? I don't remember.
Who are just regular humans,
Just glazing?
nothing
Okay,
going on,
first of all,
This is definitely my pick for something like that.
that's like new kids lingo, but let me tell you something. If somebody likes an art style, that's not glazing. That is called appreciation. Get that out of here.
Yeah, because I was about to say glazing is when
It's like
you're trying to give compliments to something that's not that good, or over complimenting.
yeah. Let's get that understood, bucko. Okay, we gotta go through all. What did I do for the eyes before? I forgot. Okay, we're going to go through each one, and blushful smiling is not a thing. Mouth open. Okay, I do have it set to that.
I shall return.
Okay.
Plus, similar to Gacha Life, the Sims are saved in the game and you can edit them at any time if you download new custom content or if your OC's story changes and you need to shave their head or something.
Dude, I just got here. Jez, don't worry about him. Sorry. I appreciate the compliments. I do.
Your Academia OC and their son and their entire apartment, and they are so cute. Sometimes it's really fun to watch your little guy.
Okay, I'm gonna take my glasses off for this because it's gonna be like, oh, you're not blinking. Okay.
Video is not sponsored by Milanote, but I'm gonna mention it anyway. I use Milanote to create mood boards for pretty much.
Do I have a mouse smile? I guess I do. Whatever.
Even when I don't show the boards on screen in my videos, most of the time I'm using a Milanote behind the scenes to.
Like it still moves too much to me. Maybe I'm crazy. Whatever.
Can be a huge help if I don't know where to start with a character design. I know this sounds like an ad. I swear to God, it's not. This one is a bit better for artists rather than people.
Just vibing. You enjoy those vibes.
I actually draw the design myself after I've made a Milanote board.
Okay, so.
Boost of inspiration to have a foundation rather than just going off of whatever is rattling around in my piggy bank brain at any given moment. Normally, I insert sprites of characters I'm taking inspiration from, pictures from Pinterest, just a side note.
Is there smoothing on the?
Oftentimes on Pinterest, artists aren't properly credited. I'm on Firefox, but I imagine that this is probably on Google Chrome as well. I have an extension called Search by Image.
Okay, there's.
I can also do this manually. Dragging the image into Google Images and then searching by exact matches.
Oh, it's on the eyes. Oh, okay.
Post, but oftentimes there is a lone Twitter or TikTok or Instagram link, and it might take a bit of digging, but if the artist's work is still on the internet, then you can find the original artist quite easily. Whenever I do this, if I haven't already, I make sure to comment the original artist's handle.
Okay, I open right.
Under the pin, and in my Milanote board, I make a caption with the artist's handle and platform under the picture. But yeah, keeping that in mind, making mood boards is highly beneficial to character design, and I personally like.
Okay, so my eyes really only get to like.
I've just seen people copy and paste the images onto their canvas in whatever drawing program they use, which works fine as well. Option number 6. Any game with a character creator? Do you know how many hours I spent in the Baldur's Gate 3 character creator when I first started the game? I have 120 hours in this game, and 119 of those were spent in the character creator. The other 1 hour was spent petting the dog. There are so
Welcome
many
back.
in-depth character creators for you to use to create different styles.
1.7, 1.3.
I'm finally not getting shafted in this game. Every single hand.
Oh, are you playing online?
Yes. Because this is the quickest way for me to learn.
That's fair. Hey, Chris.
The options for character
Hey, Chris.
0.5 was a little bit too quick.
Even if you can't draw. There is absolutely no excuse for using AI to create your character designs for you. With how long AI has been a mainstream problem, there is no reason to not be educated on the way it steals from artists and harms the environment. I highly encourage you to do your own research and make educated decisions on the kind of technology you choose to engage with. Using Pickaroo and doll creators and playing video games directly supports the artists who worked on those projects, even if it's not monetarily. But there are so many artists out there who would love to draw your little Gacha Life or Sims or Breaking Bad, Baldur's Gate 3. Don't leave that in. So many artists would love to be sent a few screenshots of somebody's Gacha Life OC for them to draw for a reasonable price. And if you really want to create a character,
How did I make it snappy last time?
use AI to do
As it out for the humanity? Yeah, for a lot of stuff for sure.
to draw. Are those drawings going to be good immediately? No. But putting pen to paper in any capacity, no matter how bad it looks, makes you an artist. This started as a discussion of character creators and turned into
My eyes are half lidded normally, so.
young you are, no matter how bad or good you think that
How did I set this before?
always look better than you made it. thanks so much to the people who paid for me to purchase $600 worth of cherry-flavored extra-strength 5-hour energy. My amazing $10
What the
patrons
fuck?
include
Jesus.
Little Wolfine, Viyun, Gar, Zigobuzz, Wishing Star,
No, thank you.
Lily Lover, Neko Jack, and Tyree West. As well as all of my other patrons, all of my
Goofy
friends,
Mutual.
everybody who watches this video,
They are chill though.
and comments. If you're new, make sure to subscribe. If you're
Hello, I'm Joe, and welcome to the video. Hello, I'm Joe.
What happens if I
Welcome
change
to the
this one? I
video.
forget.
A year ago, I made a video where I took some of the evolutions and turned them into human characters. And as much effort as I put into the designs and the work that I did for that video, in typical Joe fashion, I felt like I could do better. Originally, I had aspirations to make designs for all the evolutions at once, and give them all intricately thought out outfits and fully fleshed out personalities, but it just didn't work out. I was only able to do 2. I was frustrated, but I figured it's fine, it's whatever. I'll just come back to revisit the project when I have the time and I feel inspired.
Probably 0.1.5.
So, it's been a year. I had life stuff and other things that kept me from making content in general, but the main thing that kept me from continuing this specific series was that the other evolutions were giving me major art block. I'm talking nothing in my brain, head empty. No matter how long I stared at them or brainstormed for them,
Yeah, it's
I was
super
having so
snappy on
much
the
trouble
blinks.
coming up with designs that fell within the original design parameters I gave myself and that looked cohesive.
Okay, it's still my default open is too low. Oh, maybe it's probably this one. So if I put it at a 0.4?
I wanted to power through for these evolutions.
Yep,
I'm
there it
gonna draw
is.
them no matter what. So I sat down and I brainstormed. What was going on? Why wasn't I enjoying this? And I concluded
Okay, I can't
it's
blink
because of
though.
the design parameters I gave myself in my first video. I never explicitly
0.2?
stated them, but I wanted the clothing I gave my characters to be inspired by more casual modern fashion.
0.1.
With emphasis on bright colors and reflecting the shapes and vibes of the evolution in question. No elaborate designs, just something that's cute and appealing. Problem is, I'm not great at designing modern fashion. So that limitation was giving me a lot of art block. Like, it's pretty, it's cute, I like drawing it sometimes. But for this
Okay, it seems to be
specific project,
like a 0.5.
I wasn't feeling it. I needed something
There we go. Mess with the wrong numbers.
something colorful, something whimsical, something... Oh my god, it's fantasy. Fantasy! They're gonna be fantasy characters! Oh my god! So, here's the new art direction I'm giving
Whoa,
myself.
super rapid blanks. Hold on.
Fantasy-inspired designs that have a whimsical element to them.
0.6?
Character separate from the evolution, but the evolution is the jumping off point to each character I make, and both characters should resemble the other a little bit. It's not complicated at all.
Which these are all adjustments for my own parameters, so it doesn't really matter, but I want to, you know,
I love
look
her,
good.
and I'm making her a man. Leafeon was not the first design I started working on for this video, but he was the first one I finished because I
kind of like how snappy they are.
see it as soon as possible.
What if I added
and
fit smoothing to
I
it?
had a lot of fun working on his design. The vision I had
I've been
was quite
putting it on my
Thank
backpack.
you.
Leafeon is
So
a
I
grass
wanted
type
one of
evolution,
these
so
for
the vibes
Christmas.
we're going for are earthy,
And I did not get one,
green,
so I got one. It's a
plants,
little
and
Probably smooth it to like 20.
grass. That's easy enough on its own. But
Did I already add smoothing to this one? Oh, I already had smoothing? I didn't even know. What?
otherwise, there would be a million different things I could do with that aesthetic. And I don't exactly know
Looks adorable,
why I
right?
went the direction that I did. But when I was looking at Leafeon, it first spoke to me in my head. Fencing twink. And so,
Okay.
that's what I went with.
I like the eyes. I think they're fun.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
it. That's
so
fun. Let's see if there's
I gotta
anything
tweak
else
with
I can work
the
in part 1 of this video, I used Bulbapedia a lot for design inspiration.
head
so
rotation
trying to make sure there wasn't any important lore or information.
and the
I
mouth.
missed for
Let me
his
do the mouth
design.
first.
looked over
I
the
forgot what I
design
did for the
template.
mouth before.
However, I came up pretty empty-handed. The only information I got was that Leafeon
Not gonna lie,
smells like fresh
not bad.
grass,
Oh, okay, my
which,
bad.
like, sure, I guess he can. But also that he, and I quote, uses photosynthesis to produce clean air. Which doesn't really help me for this human design. Like, good for him. We love a king that helps the environment, but I can't really work with that unless I want to change the entire direction I'm going. So I ended up ignoring Bulbapedia and just went with my gut instinct. The voice in my head was speaking facts. I wanted to draw.
Did I do 25 for this, I think?
pursue my passion. Looking at the shape language for Leafeon was the last thing I did before trying to come up with a final draft. Like the other evolutions, he's very slim and has a cat-like face, but the main thing I noticed that I wanted to incorporate into his final design were these tufts of fur that were growing in random spots around his body.
It only
Unlike
goes
the
to...
tail and the ears, which are replicating leaves, these are more ambiguous.
Wait, does it mean I might get the first bit of all tonight?
Or plants, which I really like.
Yeah. There's no emotions.
The final costume, so
Or there's no toggles for the
all my thoughts before even jumping into the final draft. Getting
yeah, basically if you want it now, sure.
Just slightly difficult though.
I should be able to work on the expressions, I think. I should be able to finish them. I forget how difficult they are or not. We will figure that out. But yes, you should get
They're one color suits
the base.
And that's it. That's all they are. Even looking at
Well, yeah, all outfit we already discussed that you would
all the details
get.
the fantasy
I mean, you get the base, you can have it, and then I'll do the alt. That way you have something.
Really tried to use them at first. Like, you could see my drafts where I was trying to keep the simple nature of these.
Oh yeah, Longhorn toggle, that's easy.
None of them were really working. My brain was telling me to do something more intricate, and I really wanted to.
Mouth
So
open,
I took a
where is
bit of
it?
a break from working on the design, partly because school kept me busy, as it does, and I came back to it after doing a bunch of art
Oh, I was on it, okay.
studies. And thank God I did them, because the jump in quality and ideas between the 2 weeks I worked on this design scares me.
So it goes to 0.1.
So many more studies, guys. I really do.
1.1.
Because of the drafts I did a week before, I very quickly realized the main visual thing I liked about fencing were literally just the swords. The thin blades, the base is where you hold them. It's such a simple prop.
There is no negative, there is no negative.
I figured since Leafeon was a grass type, I could make the swords into blades of grass, further incorporating the grass type theme into his
I guess keeping
design.
negative points
Like I
is fine.
alluded to earlier, I ditched the whole fencing uniform idea and instead just decided to
Well, this is
let
mouth open, not mouth smile, I'm stupid.
literally whatever I wanted. I don't
Okay.
even know how to describe the uniform I created. I just kind of let my hand do whatever it wanted.
Why did I only go to 1?
However, I did consciously keep some elements.
Did I rig it to... what?
In the midst of designing, I was perusing on Pinterest for inspiration.
Why is it only got a 1? What's going on with that?
Absolute beauty.
Mm.
Fancy old shrug. I need you to get on Leafeon right now.
Oh, because it's not...
Obviously, I didn't copy it verbatim, but the basic shape was enough for me to know I wanted something like it on my Leafeon.
It did not go to... that's
I
right,
changed
okay.
the entire color of it from white to cream, like the main color of Leafeon's fur. The pattern on its chest is already pretty floral, but I wanted it to be green to look more like...
Yeah, wow.
I'm not great at creating patterns like this.
I was not subscribed? That's so funny. Fake fan. Fake fan.
Sleeves, which, God, I would have loved to draw sleeves like this, but I just do not have the skill or the time to do so. And instead of chains hanging between the two sides of the shrug,
A little bit of
I
smoothing?
added some hanging flower beads
Like-
meant to resemble lilies of the valley to add some interest and just a little bit of contrast amongst all the
I still forget what I do with this for... Oh yeah, the smoothing helps a lot. Do it all the way up? Okay, it looks weird.
I knew I wanted it
Yeah,
to
let's
be
do like a
short
7.
and cream colored, but that was about all I could work out. I added a little green ahoge to represent this thing Leafeon has on the top of his head, but
I finally found you, Baker.
his face, however, ooh, his face. I wanted him glammed up. He needed makeup, he needed eyeshadow. I wanted a pretty dolled up face, so I gave him one. I did not give him any noticeable lipstick, however, because I couldn't really find a color that I 100% liked. And finally, looking at the bottom half of his design, I gave him coattails, which colors and shapes are supposed to represent leaves.
No offense, girl. You're not giving me the energy that I need. Okay, but definitely Alpha Squid.
Do you know?
Another mutual.
Have you heard the news? It stands true in the school for the children of fairy tales. To repeat the cycle, or else something grim may happen. But rumor has it, not all students are loyal and royal. They say some braves seek to rebel against their pent fate. However, you must be careful down this path, for there are some rules you truly can't break, lest the worst might happen. Do you know what they are? Do you know? Do you know? Do you know what they are? Hey, you don't think people are going to be like really confused by this whole reference bit, are they? Nah, everyone's watched Revolution go Utsuna. This is like a whole universal thing. I haven't. I'm gonna kill you! I'm gonna kill you! You're dead, man!
I can't see what that is. I think it's 35. Actually, I think I want less. 25.
So, I'm actually a pretty big fan of After High. I mean,
Yeah, it makes it easier to get there.
makes complete sense that I'd also like its sister series. Although,
Oh, my kid. Time went new and got old. History zone.
Thanks to all the talk and the concept art that was floating about online about that cancelled crossover movie we never got just before Monster High's unfortunate reboot to Gen 2. But hey, at least you still got a bug.
Kind of want to make this 15.
Cheers for bugs. For those that might not know, Ever After High was a fashion doll franchise created by the toy conglomerate Mattel in 2013, tagged as a sister series to their new hit franchise, Monster High, where instead of following the children of famous monsters and mythical creatures, it's the children of famous fairy tales, which, like, off the bat, that is such a good premise. Mattel would literally bring both sides of the market, creating spooky and edgy alternative dolls for monsters that the kids and teens were clamoring for, but also the more pastel, classically regal princess dolls that parents were more used to and comfortable with buying at the time. And I mean, compared to Monster High, the dolls were definitely different. I know some people refer to them as pancake faces, but that just feels a bit too mean. But also, like, if the boot fits... Oh, they're nice, I swear. No, but seriously, they're nice. Gorgeous even, depending on the character or line. My personal favorites are Ash and Ella, Raya Beauty, and Cedar. And who knows, maybe one day I'll actually buy one of them. But that's not today. Ever After High had a pretty successful run, spanning 5 core books, additional reading material.
Okay, I'll have to use that. I'm already got my own. 0.7.
The premise was simple. All the children of popular fairy tale characters have started to attend.
Did my pin go away? Surely not.
Storybook of legend and begin preparing themselves for repeating their parents' tales.
My pin's gone. I didn't know that it went away.
There's before them, and there's before
It's kind of cringe.
It's a generational ceremony, and our 2 key main leads are introduced. Apple White, daughter of Snow White, was keen to continue her family's legacy and live up to her mother's image by signing the book, and Raven Queen, daughter of the Evil Queen, who's having doubts about the Queen villain, poisoning her friend and being imprisoned.
There we go. Pin's back. Sorry.
So in refusing to sign the book, incidentally forms the Rebels group, and kicks off our story of whether characters should follow fate or create their own destiny. I think, like a lot of people, I was a little skeptical going in, as the initial premise reads very simple and done before, but what truly carried it for me was the character writing and the overarching story. So many of you complain about wanting more complex female characters, yet half of you couldn't even handle Apple White. And if you still can, there's the door. There's the door, bitch! Where I feel Monster has very strong character writing.
Okay, I think.
Very one and done. Rarely carrying over elements between them, aside from newly introduced characters, maybe a few background lines.
I'd probably make this 25 too.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
The Ever After High adapted its story in arcs, allowing it to gradually develop the cast one by one, flipping the expectations you would have on them over time, and putting things to an entirely different context, while also building upon this bigger main story thread, becoming a...
Yeah, let's make that 25 too.
Before the show just sort of wraps up as a choice and everyone gets to move on thing, with having Shadow High, the Monster and Ever After High crossover as its ending. And it was a bit more of an insane end, but also more of a concrete ending with better wrap-up.
Whoa, 40.
So you're probably wondering, hey Alpine, this all sounds so good and well put
What if I made it 25? That's probably too much to be honest with you, but...
Whatever happens,
Whoa, that's wrong. There you go.
This is a well put together video. No, wait, don't go, please. But really, with the success.
Wait.
But really,
Wait.
the series, what actually could have gone wrong for Mattel?
Strange, she sounds like Shimo, but doesn't look like Shimo. Sus? I know.
So, I've been trying to avoid saying a certain word, but it's sort of impossible to escape.
Do you like how Shim looks? It's kind of interesting. I kind of like the idea. This is stuff for the future. A multi-window situation. Having more computer motifs in there.
With a key question being, who copied who? To which I, nor anyone
Okay.
has the answer.
I think I've tweaked it. Maybe the face, what is it, rotation, might be a little harsh.
Which was also in production at the time.
Oh, lemony.
I have no idea who thought of the idea first, let alone if any.
React to object redundancy episode 1 real quick. What is that? Is that a real thing?
Disney license from Mattel
Object redundancy?
to start making Disney princess dolls. Descendants was then released as a straight-to-TV movie in 2015 to extreme success and notoriety. Descendants dolls then hit the market being cheaper than Ever After High dolls, and it definitely shows, making it more.
Where is it? Where I'm looking for a rotation.
name attached to it, solidifying their place.
Yeah, I think 25 is. No. What's the one I'm thinking of? Okay, no, that's fine.
But it just doesn't work, and popularity is fading. Not having that secure Disney money, and just having spent a bunch of money redesigning Barbie back in 2013, Mattel retires Ever After High in 2016, with the series going quiet since. Now this is a very stripped-back, rushed retelling of the events, but if you like a more...
I feel like this could... Okay.
I recommend Darling Doll's video over-explaining the Ever After High and Descendants feud, which is where I got most of my facts.
Okay, maybe I did a little too much on there. Sorry, my face is dry.
That's a personal favorite of mine, and it helps try to paint a fairer picture of Apple since the fandom is
Oh, where did you send it on Instagram?
very ready to jump her at any given moment. Are you ready to die, Applewhite? Well, after watching Wicked back in November, that's my line. About Ever After High, and how some of the roles fit characters pretty well. Wink wink, nudge nudge. And since so many series like Monster High and Winx have been graced with another generation and a chance to...
It's an indie show.
And with Mattel now actually working with Disney on creating the Descendants movies and dolls, we all know
Give me one
Ever After
second.
High isn't getting to anytime soon. But that's where I thought...
Also, I'm not reacting to anything, sorry.
Leave my brain anytime soon. Why don't I try my hand at pitching a new generation? Rewrite the story and characters a little, redesign them in a different coat of paint, and you get to hear all about it. So, without further ado, why don't we crack open this book and see where this story starts?
Okay, that's what I was... Okay, so... It's a face angle X? Yeah, I feel like... Why is it thinking I'm going... So, 30 might be best for that, because it might be too much. Ah!
But either way, the book to finish
Ah! Where am I typing?
has flourished since its inception.
There we go.
Now, things were a bit boring for a bit.
What if I did more? What if I did 35?
Fruit there, but it wasn't until the appearance of people who began to force
Oh, not 36.
that the book and world itself truly expanded. Magic brought prosperity all across the land. However, every story has its end, and with no new stories having appeared in the book, the world was threatened with darkness and destruction.
Okay, let me put on my glasses so I can see.
A solution was found, formed from the collaboration of heroes,
Probably be best.
villains, and fairies. It was
Yeah, this...
decided that the
Oof.
only way to stop the world's doom was to repeat the
I had to
story
rig with my glasses off
this
because it
time.
doesn't like glasses that much.
And just like that, the book restarted. Back to page 1, A Snow White's Tale. And order and balance was once again restored. However, in a world of repetition...
Even then, I still... Hold on, I gotta take them off again to see what it looks like. Ultimately...
Structure. All it takes is a rebellious raven to unravel the whole thing. But is that always the right choice? And can things be so easily put back together? With the introduction of another generation, we're about to find out.
I kind of love the blinking though. There's something so snappy about it. I love that. Okay, I think I customized that pretty well. She's basically done.
Raven Queen, daughter of the
I need to do... Let me see how... Let me remind myself how to do...
I run through a lot of with it taking me to the third try.
expressions.
My idea was to really push this sharp, gothic, almost a Lolita style, kind of like Baby Metal, but keep a bit of an academic neat side like Shadow High. I replaced her feather neck piece with a more natural, traditional frilled collar, framed with a black regular collar.
Okay. Now I can put my glasses on for real.
That was a lot of color.
That are very dirty. Hold up.
I also wanted to keep the layer skeletons that she had, but a bit more modernized and saturated. Kind of like how I also kept her hair the same tones, similar style, but a little more casual and preppy. Kind of like Glinda's from Wicked, but with locks. Of course she's decked out head to toe in silver jewelry, since that is her color. But I didn't think her dark, gloomy makeup would fit as well, so I changed it to a more sharp...
I am back.
Now with the concept all explained, let's head over to the speed draw for a more in-depth character talk. So, as I mentioned in the beginning, I watched Wicked a couple of times. Okay, maybe a lot of times. And I was really inspired by elements of Elphaba's character that I wanted to apply to Raven. I think, like Elphaba, Raven has been mistreated and misunderstood most of her life, with judgment being frosted upon her for being wicked, cruel, and evil. But at the same time, People only truly looked for those qualities in her, because it meant she was living up to her role as the next evil queen. While her mother revels in this, as she sees her daughter becoming just as violent as her father, good king, or rather, just a king, who tried to be a positive influence in Raven's life, raising her with independence, encouraging Raven's hobbies such as writing and music, as well as giving her the freedom of choice. No matter
What emotions did we decide,
Raven is a strong,
Joey?
courageous, and mindful girl, and it's thanks to her father's support that she finally feels ready to question fate, knowing that there has to be a better way to solve things, and free her and any other foundations from eternal persecution. Like Apple, Raven is deeply entwined in the Snow White fairy tale, being the first fairy tale in the storybook of legends, which trickles down and triggers various other fairy tales to occur, which for a 15-year-old girl sure is a lot of pressure to have on your shoulders to play the villain in the story. If she doesn't do this, then everyone's lives are ruined. I think a really cruel element would be making Apple and Raven childhood friends. Two girls inseparable at the hip that did almost everything together, all thanks to her dad who went
Smug and shocked.
to distract from what
Smug and shocked.
Despite their little spats and arguments, they were always there for each other. So how could Raven ever bring herself to harm Apple in any way, let alone
Biggest belt you ever heard? Definitely not.
Despite this, I think Raven's biggest struggle, apart from her fate, would be the use of magic. Magic is something only a few characters actually have. Some royal, but also a lot of villains. With that in mind, I think there'd be this big...
Smug and shock. Got you. Thank you.
Unless you're a fairy, it seems like a cheap and quick solution for things, with only a few handed people being able to truly utilize it for good, or sacrificial for others' needs. Because of this,
what did I just do? Go back.
To choose the easy path, finding power in this thing. As by doing so, she's only reinforcing the ability, and thus signing the storybook of legend being fated, which means she often chooses to try and solve issues through alternative means, via resourcefulness and intuitive navigates herself to finding a solution to the storybook, as there has to be another way to maintain the balance other than repeating the same stories. However, just because Raven isn't on the dark side, doesn't mean she can't enjoy the fashion sense. She loves her gothic Lolita style, with elements of traditional goth Victorian aesthetic slipped in, with her frills, black lace, and bold patented purples drawing eyes. Apart from being the first to rebel, Raven's reason was the easiest of everyone's. Being someone
Can I ask you a question? I'm drinking sparkling water.
follow her destiny of wickedness and isolation, harming her childhood best friend Apple by poisoning her into a coma, and being imprisoned in a
Yeah, so here's the thing about that pose. I don't know if it's in my wheelhouse to do that, because I'm trying to think. Well, let me think. Maybe it is. If I sparkling ice? No, it's actually clear American. So I would have to, let me think, draw another arm. It's sparkling water. Yeah, it's basically a soda. That'll definitely be last, because I gotta think about that.
Pretty close to the concept sketch, but I think the refining of all the detailing and textures is what ties it all together for me. That, and I love how the hair turned out. It really reads as a more modern take on the original style.
Where's the horn? You.
Is this a plausible doll design? No. But it probably could work for a 2D rig show, so that's a win for me. Either way, I love it, and I hope you like it too.
Dang, when I'm out of the when I have no more room.
Destiny, Apple White, daughter of Snow White, 12th generation and proud royal.
It'd be like that. I'm out of the room on the canvas. Ignore the fact I can't. My bad. It's fine. That's long though.
Academic and befitting of a school environment.
Okay, if that's like that, does it still? Okay.
But I wanted something more but still fancy, that can make Apple's other gowns and fancy dresses stand out more on royal occasions, and not just like
Okay, I'll just have to extend it on everything. That's fine.
Being that perfect 24/7 must take a toll eventually. Her hair is similar to her G1 look, but I went for more of a half-up, half-down ponytail design. Her jacket's a lot longer and more frilled, her skirt more rounded and apple-like, with a ruffled royal pattern, a little like Princess Peach's dress, and I changed her strappy heels to be covered by these cute spats to give into this formal look. And despite not changing too much of her overall design, I at least wanted to make Apple smaller and rounder to really help contrast Raven's sharp and tall stature. But now you know my design thoughts, let's get into her character. Whereas Raven has spent most of her life having a
goofiest longhorn.
Apple spent most of her life pampered and smothered in a positive influence. Horseback riding, etiquette classes, tea parties, galas, slumber parties, trips to other realms. Apple got it all, and whenever she wanted. After all, a Snow White always gets what they want. It's only right, and only because they are good. Who cares if she doesn't have silky black
If you reach 10 in the stream, I already have.
Who cares if she's more
I've been to that, sorry.
Nothing a little makeup and foundation can't hide. Who cares about the rumors that she actually needs glasses? A Snow White is always perfect, even in her vision. In my adaptation of Apple, I really wanted to push the metaphor of the glass coffin, with it being a stand-in for how she shut
Okay.
out of her life.
That was pretty easy.
Who she truly is.
Turn that off.
Perfect, pristine, and pure image.
Make it 20? As if I'm counting, I'm not.
Fills the Snow White legacy, so she'll be whatever people need her to be to get there. But when cracks start to appear on the glass, can Apple keep...
Darn you, Canvas. That I didn't account for that. It's fine.
Just all because it raised
Okay.
her, but also Apple's own mother, Snow White, who also agreed to this, seeming so kind and understanding of the situation, wanting nothing more but for the best of the girls. But in reality, she had distrust and betrayal amongst them. Problems create a Snow White tale even bigger and better than before.
Okay.
One with drama. I mean,
Smug. Okay, so let's see.
Loved and trusted, gave everything to, just to have it thrown back in her face by a truly wicked and evil queen. Apple lives for her destiny, determined to guarantee.
I need to move the hair out of the way.
Ever after, by any means necessary. I mean, to follow the storybook of legends and maintain order is the most sensible thing to do. Without it, we have no idea if people will disappear, stories change, the world succumbs to darkness. Despite wanting to generally help people's stories, her kindness can come across as forced. She puts all her energy into socializing academic pursuit, trying to find ways of bettering others who might not fit into the typical status quo. Yet Apple doesn't entirely fit in herself either, having broken up with Daring Charmin just before school was back in session. It was nothing to do with him. They were childhood sweethearts after all, and he did his best to treat her well and make her comfortable. But something just felt missing between them. And she'll love him eventually once her story plays out anyway, so despite everything, why does Darling Charming sit on her mind so often? What is it that draws her in so much when she sees her sword trading, or strutting down the hall? Oh, you thought I was gonna leave Appling out my generation? Nah, Appling Nation, let me hear you make some noise! Out of most of the cast, Apple will definitely be the last to rebel, taking place much later in the story. Apple is saved from a poison apple by Darling, reversing her own tale with Darling being the one poisoned into a coma. Her destiny. The one thing Apple clung to fulfill, to show her mother she's worthy of this family's legacy. And with nothing left to lose, Apple finally hits a snapping point, opening up about hating the royals, being prescribed a fate by your parents they'll never live up to, forced to love and marry who they want, never once ever being free to truly be happy. But just as much, she hates the rebels too, not following your destiny for something you don't know, not considering all those that will get hurt or disappear for your choices, not even having a solution for the end of the world before making such a big choice without ever even consulting her, confiding with her, asking if she would rebel too. Apple just wants to be Apple. The real Apple. And with this fairy tale already out of control, Apple takes control as the hero of her tale, and through true love's kiss, she wakes Darling, demanding that the both of them write a better tale together, and one where she gets to be saved at least once by her knight in shining armor. And with Apple becoming a rebel, finally refusing to sign the book, it's now up to the girls to find a solution to rewrite the storybook of legends and save the world from an era of darkness. But can they truly do it? Is there really a solution? Not too different from the initial concept, apart from a few swap colors, but still the iconic Apple we all know and love. I especially love how the corset detailing turned out, all topped off with that white bow. Once again, would this work on a doll? Probably not without everything having to be a printed pattern, but a lot more plausible than Raven's design at least. But at this point, I'm just drawing detailed out.
Hello, Dreamer Records. Fellow artist, correct. How are you? Oh, I'm hitting shift. Let me not be stupid. Nice to meet you. Welcome. Another one? There's like two.
Now for our first Wonderlandian, we have the ever so bubbly Maddie Hatter.
Another one. Another one.
And despite her royal standing and beliefs, she's a rebel who trusts Raven enough to stand by her side for such a big decision. For her concept, Maddie was actually one of the first ones I drew, as I just had such a strong idea in mind already for her. Mostly because Maddie's actually one of my favorite characters. Not only because she's a Gemini like me, but because of how funny, caring, resourceful, and just well designed she is. She's such a breath of fresh air in writing a character who's quirky, silly, and serious, without that solely being
Nice.
So I wanted
Thank you, thank you.
for Christmas.
The tiny dragon gets it? No, he gets nothing. Leave him alone.
Well, that's not because I think most Maddie dolls just don't look like her. Like, don't get me wrong, they're all incredibly well designed, but none of them ever actually capture Maddie's face correctly. The closest I think would be the powerful princess tribe, where I feel like a cheeky grin, right? But even then, it doesn't jump out to me as a must-have sort of doll, you know? Anyway, because of this, I wanted to make Maddie really cheeky, with a big grin and large eyes. I also thought to mix her up from her dad by making her more sweet Lolita themed, with her outfit featuring...
Is it ever? Yeah. That's from one of my mutual friends. He made a video.
And just a lot of strawberry and cherries dotted around. My personal favorite touch is when I changed her bag from being the old teapot design to a repurposed jam jar with a spout. To be honest, this design is more of a reimagining of Maddie than a redesign, because I already think her OG design was just so iconic and well put together. Despite that though, I'm still going to try and add my own twist, so let's get into a character and story. Maddie is a strange one to a lot of people at Bookend.
I didn't grow up with the show. I saw it, but I never grew up with it, unfortunately.
Were known for being rather eccentric and unconventional, but to them, that's just the average Wednesday. She takes pride in being a Wonderlandian and doesn't hide her culture or behaviors because of it. Even if it means she doesn't fit in very often, she never felt deterred to transfer back to Wonderland. Once it came to high school enrollment, in fact, she embraces new places and challenges. A little like Alistair, she's curious to learn more about the other realms that exist, to take in all of the world and bring that knowledge back to help future Wonderlandians or lost travelers who wind up at her tea parties. Which, speaking of, Maddie's mad. Do you see what I did there? Having worked at her dad's shop, she's always been offering
Yeah, I feel like I would have really enjoyed it.
anything, as long as they set their mind to it. But despite this, Maddie's still ever so...
Okay, the eyebrows move because... Oh, probably need to put the eyebrows with that one.
Drinks, the emotions they express as they sit and eat, the changing of seasons and changing of customers. She came to appreciate the joy of uplifting people's days through the tea she pours, and the pastry she bakes, and the pastry she bakes. And the pastry she breaks. Oh my god, breaks! And the pastry she bakes. She even took over the responsibility of managing the afternoon tea party sessions for her dad as practice, which mostly goes off without a hitch. Although creating a new menu each time has led to a few food combinations.
Nope, still doesn't work.
How you say edible or even legal, which ties back into all her dessert and sweet theming added into her.
I'll probably have to
But regardless, this just inspires her.
just bring it down for everything.
Taking part in the school's cooking club led by Ginger Bee House, who shares her same passion for experimenting with food.
Thank you, Queen.
While Raven and Apple may be close childhood best friends, they have no relationship with the whole "I'll poison you" thing. Raven and Maddie are no question asked best friends, having met after Maddie and her father first moved, and hitting it off immediately, with both girls bonding over their struggle to really fit in, and the judgmental looks they receive for just being themselves. Something that starts to matter a little less when you have someone else to share it with. Raven never truly got to open up so much with Apple, but with Maddie, she felt like an open book, being able to say what she wants.
Or like, no, our streams here on YouTube, this sucks because I don't have Twitch. Hey, that's why I'm here, baby. This is what we do.
Would you throw a good tea party? I also decided that it'd be funny if Maddie and Kitty Cheshire were actually related as cousins. Just explain why they both have similar cheeky smiles, or that maybe that's just something Wonderlandians have. Always got something to grin and smirk about, I guess. But also give reason for them both having fourth wall breaking powers too. I'm not sure whose aunt or uncle they'd share, but for now let's just say that Cheshire Cat's sister married the Mad Hatter, making them cousins. But because of that, they already know each other, and are both...
Thank you, Queen.
Hi, ever since Kitty transferred over, and with...
Where have you been? Like, nobody knows me like you do. What kind of smug are you going for? Just like a traditional smug. I feel like it's what everybody thinks about.
Tea party just for the two of them to catch up and indulge in a little gossip around the school. I think, like Raven, Maddie would also be a very rebel.
The mouth I have to see. How it acts. Cause, ooh, how many do I have to change? I guess however many I want.
By her side with no questions asked. Despite doing what any best friend would and supporting them, Maddie also believes in what Raven's saying and standing for. Destiny should be made by the freedom of choice, not by force. even if it means compromising her fate.
Nah, I like their energy.
Someone shouldn't be made into something they're not. Okay, Queen of the Hall, let's go. While Maddie trusts Raven, she does have her reservations, and having skim-read a bit further into the story, she knows things aren't going to be easy, and the consequences are definitely going to start.
If I do all of these on the smug toggle,
she'll keep it bottled up to herself. Besides, they're bound to forge a new happy ending for everyone, right? Maybe she should have read a little bit further.
and then I can go in here and adjust.
And here's Maddie all done. And I love how she turned out. She feels the most similar to her original design, but shifted in a slight different direction for a whole new take. And I especially love how her face turned out. She looks so cute and welcoming. Plus the little dimples on her cheeks. Mattel, I am begging you, please bring my girl back. The world needs Maddie Hatter again.
Dreamer, you're totally fine, I promise.
And I hope you do too. From her bed rising from slumber, we have Briar Beauty, daughter of Sleeping Beauty, 4th generation and a royal. For her concept,
Yeah.
it's like Ravens, where I had to refine the idea over time. What I knew I wanted was something that looked like fancy frilly pajamas, but also passed for an everyday outfit, to give the idea that she gets up and goes straight out to the world, but also can just fall back asleep any minute. With the initial Palmiter and Himegaru, something to lean into her party girl nature, but also use the makeup to make her eyes look more droopy and sleepy. However, I wasn't really feeling the blouse was working, nor the PJ bell bottoms. So I went back to the drawing board, and after leaning much more into the Garu aspect, I finally got something I was happy with. And now Briar has her hair bumped up in the back and all wavy, filled with her iconic pink streaks, but also some blonde to help give a Neapolitan color scheme. She has a lacy night mask instead of glasses, this cute Garu pajama blouse I found.
A lot of these already have a kind of cat mask going on.
Which like Mattel would never approve of, so just imagine they did. These fluffy furry leg warmers, tall slipper looking pumps, and of course can't forget her heart-studded purse that she repurposes as a pillow whenever she gets tired in class. Also, her makeup is a bit of a trust the process type of thing going on, so I promise it looks better in the finished result. But with that, let's just hop into Briar's character and story, shall we? As some of you with more keen eyes and ears might have spotted, unlike the other girls being 11th, 12th, or 13th generation, Briar is just 4th generation of the family. Unlike the other stories who repeat their fairy tales every 30 to 50 years, Sleeping Beauty's story requires a cursed sleep of up to 100 years, meaning they're always skipping a generation or two before awakening and having to adjust to a whole new world and pass the curse to the next of kin. So Briar already feels a lot of pressure from her legacy, having seen her mother struggle to learn and adapt to their new world since hers was 100 years ago. It makes her even more reluctant to go along with fate, but by signing the book she ensures stability in the world, for people to keep experiencing their lives, and for her mother and father not to disappear. So she's happy doing her part, even if something feels wrong about it. Because of all that, Briar chooses to live in the moment, keeping up her bubbly party girl personality, who embraces any challenge without fear. Secret party in the Enchanted
Could avoid them looking
Let's
too much
go.
the same.
Fishing at Bookend Pond? Why not? Skydiving from the giant beanstalk? Absolutely. If she only has a few more years free, Briar might as well live it up now, even if she's putting herself out there too much, regardless of the danger. She'd also really just love to travel the realms, experience all the different cultures, maybe even get into media and magazine publishing, since she always loves reading a good fashion, lifestyle, or travel magazine. Despite sleeping for 100 years, Briar won't be alone. Apart from the stranger who'll wake her up, she'll have Fable Fawn, the soon-to-be dark fairy who curses her. While it might seem complicated wanting to befriend your soon-to-be villain, it's already water under the bridge for Briar. After all, just as how she can't control her own fate, neither can Fable. Why should she punish her for being forced to be bad? Especially having seen how Raven proves Birthright has no connection to wickedness. Despite things seeming all pleasant, Briar still keeps a distance between the two, never introducing her to her friend group, not inviting her to parties often, rarely talking in the hall, almost like she's some dirty secret to her, which works for Briar as she likes to keep her personal life and fairy tale life separate, for her to enjoy each to the fullest. But maybe
Hey, Jax, thank you for the raid. What's up?
things aren't always as nice and clean as they appear on the surface.
What is up, goobers? Hello. Yes.
Yo.
Hello, Knights. And Mario fan. Hello. Hello. Sorry for not the fanfare. I haven't set it up yet. Hello. How are you doing? How's stream? You two cuties. check them both out. They both stream. They're both adorable. They're both trying to raise money so Jex can go see Sen, I believe. I don't know if y'all are still doing that or you already did that. I'm not sure. Sorry. Full lore. Really? That's something I will never get into, but I know there's people out there who would love that. Did a few weeks ago? Okay, excuse me. A little late to the party. Did y'all raise the amount of money you needed? Hello, Lunar. Welcome in on YouTube. We were tossing around good theories for what the future of the game could hold. That's fair. Raise a chunk, we're pretty set. Let's go! I love that for y'all. When is the next chapter supposed to come out? I yapped a lot. Hey, that's the good thing about streaming is that you're allowed to do that.
That's the whole thing about streaming is that you're supposed to do that.
Right.
And knows more about their real sides. So when the choice arises,
Yapping is good. It's good for
June
the soul.
4th? Dang, that is
even if she thinks Raven has
soon.
However, Brian and Apple would later come to conflict over this decision, with
Oops.
Brian finding Apple's hypocrisy for wanting to help people when she's privileged enough to get a good story.
You get poisoned for what, like a week?
To force a choice onto people when it comes to their future isn't fair, but is it fair for Briar to risk her life?
Well, for those of you who like your Deltarune,
I think Briar's rebellion
enjoy when the game comes out.
with her leaving Apple to
Get some eeps? Yes, definitely. Everyone take care, please. Thank you for the raid, as always. I love seeing y'all. Oh, Switch 2 releases next month! Ah! I done forgot. I didn't forget, but like, I didn't know how soon.
Doesn't mean it is for Fable, who was told time and time again they'd fulfill their fate.
Sleep well, goobers.
Yet, without even a single fault,
Mwah, you get a kiss from me.
Briar just turns her back on her. While Briar may have picked Raven's side, Fable chooses Apple, firmly standing by her, flipping the dynamic of who you would perceive as good and bad, although I suppose we don't fully know Fable's story yet either. And here's Briar all finished, and she was definitely a process for me. I do love how she ended up turning out, but I wish I managed to work a bit more magenta or pastel pink into the overall design, sort of like my concepts. But with the black and pink Garu style, she definitely stands out and has a bold look to her compared to the rest of the girls. Plus, I love how her shoes, bag, and hair turned out, so regardless, it's still a favorite for me. I hope you like it too.
That's good. Good night.
A girl who sings to the birds and mice, distracting herself from the dark path that lay ahead, we have Ashlyn Ella, daughter of Cinderella, 12th generation, and a secret rebel. For her concept, I wanted to try something very, very different. Since I already love the OG Ashlyn with her unique silhouette with the puffy sleeves, a very different skirt design, and a bumper-up hairstyle, I thought why try and...
Ooh, Shocked could be cool if we did... Well, let's find out.
Justice. So with Ashlyn, I completely flipped it. I wanted to make her more of a trendsetter, since she makes her own clothes and accessories, standing out a little bit more as modern compared to the other girls, with her cardigan, 2-layered blouse dress, these lace leg warmers covering her glass slippers, and a beret filled with needles as if it were a pincushion. She's got a long flowing ponytail with a single braid curling round it to help always put focus on her outfits, and I ended up changing her bag from
Let's just do all of them, just in
which
case.
was already such a beautiful design for a bag, to a carriage to reference the
I don't care, shut up.
to the ball. She's also a little
Okay.
heavier with lots more freckles because I just thought she looked
Hello, Potato, how are you?
Let's move on to her tail. Ashlyn Ella is a polite and
Okay, so on this one...
those around her. Unlike Apple, who lavishes in being a royal and a princess, Ashlyn was taught by her mother, Cinderella, at a young age to be humble and acknowledge the privilege of being born a princess, using it to advocate for both what's right and good. Always
I'm good.
hand no matter who needs it. Because of this,
Ooh, Ace Attorney? That's a game I need to play. I've played every now and then, but I want to like commit.
with talking to other royals, who always seem to speak about what they'll do to help when they're older and take over the kingdom, but never about what they're doing to help now. Although appearing as a wallflower to others, Ashlyn actually has a lot to say. She just chooses to say it to the animals in the woods, an ability to understand them being passed down from her mother, and the one thing about her fate she's grateful for.
Or maybe we keep the pupils but get rid of the eye shines?
Having heard Cinderella's stories when she was young, about how she'd create her own outfits and dresses with help from the mice and birds when she was a teen, despite the whole family predicament, Ashlyn was inspired to create as well, choosing to work at a local boutique where she claims it's because of
Or maybe they just get smaller.
always finding the right pair for an outfit, but in secret, she loves to work in her little studio in the back, designing something bold and statement-worthy. Is it really fashionable if it doesn't draw people's attention? However, she worries about her mother's opinions on
Yeah, that'll work.
especially when she hasn't been so well as of late.
But yeah, I can't complain. I can't complain.
Besides, what would others think if they all knew she had little to no interest in shoes? Isn't that Cinderella's whole thing? But shoes don't make up a whole outfit, and Ashlyn wants to go all out with her creativity and dress people head to toe. It was during one of Ashlyn's woodland excursions that she eventually ran into Hunter, a character she thought the animals were just making up because who had ever seen a guy erratically training in the woods all hours of the day? Yet, here he was, asking if she understood the animals too. Well, Hunter understood
What?
their behavior and
How? Why is that broken like that?
Ashlyn's
That don't make sense.
speech, and with each curious to learn
Oh, did I go too far back where it unrigged? Don't tell me.
secret to carry out some animal
Oh no!
sharing their knowledge.
How did that happen?
It was a lot easier for Ashlyn to
Oh no!
behaviors than it was for Hunter.
That's stupid. What?
Although he at least has a grasp on
So undo is dangerous sometimes. Fuck off. Okay. I did not mean to have my mic. Let me redo this freaking horn here. Don't know how that happens. It's a little bit annoying.
that neither of them could really believe, or rather, wasn't sure that they could even have. It was upon one secret meetup that was barely a lesson at all.
I'm sure I said before, but we like your style. Thank you.
Custom-made hoodie.
That is so dumb. What the fuck?
And Hunter had a basket with an assortment of
If what? How did I lose this perimeter?
then that the two realized that they might have found something other than a friend.
How the fuck?
Knowing this conflicted with both their destinies, a secret was made, choosing to date out of prying eyes and judgment until their stories began to play out. When they
Bullshit.
for real, like, actually, this is just a one-time thing and never again. Because of all this, I think Ashlyn got married early.
We love a minor setback for no goddamn reason.
She takes things back into her own hands and proudly proclaims her love for Hunter, her boyfriend. She doesn't need to wait around for some strange.
Oh, I'm fucking up. I'm all on the wrong thing.
Found love herself.
Hold on, I need to be on the right thing. Let me get off this toggle. Doing that.
Destiny to lead to her mother and father's untimely and early deaths. While it's something out of her control due to the circumstances of the Cinderella tale, she
Okay.
feels responsible enough for her mother becoming pregnant. So besides the risk of disappearing and an era of darkness, she
Okay, we're good. I got scared for a
and
second.
embraces being a rebel, hoping for a better future for everyone.
Okay, so
And here's Ashlyn all finished. And she surprisingly turned out to be one of my faves. I was a little worried she might have appeared too modern and stand out against the rest of the cars, but I think that works in her favor, looking like a fashion designer that takes risks. And while I love the lace leg warmers, and I think
What?
it's for a campy reference to her original
Oh, I scared myself. Okay.
up her leg, and her focus on fashion design rather than shoes, I did make a variation without them just so you can see the detail in the slippers. But now her legs look so empty. Either way, she's one of my favorite color-wise, and she looks super cute, so I hope you like her too. And with that, we're done with the first lot of G2 Ever After High characters, and I hope you like them so far. I know this is a little different from my usual video writing, as I tend to talk about the process of making the characters as opposed to their personality and stories, but I think if I'm going to label something a rewrite, I should probably talk about the elements I'm rewriting with them, which I hope was at least a little bit interesting. I should probably mention I've not actually read the books, just watched the show, specials, and webisodes. I know, but just bear with me. I've only just started listening to the first book via audiobook, which Anarchy, who you should totally check out their channel, hooked me up with. So maybe let me know how different the book is down below, because I definitely feel like some of the concepts and relationships I pitched are probably more developed in the books than they are the show. And once again, thank you Anarchy for the link to the audiobook. My favourites out of the lot definitely have to be Ashlyn, Raven, and Maddie, but I'd love to hear who yours were down below, or maybe even who you'd love to see in a part 2, because this story is far from over. I also hope you like my idea for the Storybook of Legends. I wanted to give the whole concept a bit more intrigue, by having the stories be a process that has to repeat over and over as a solution to the end of days. However, a flawed system is obviously going to have flaws, and it's hitting its breaking point, so it's up to the next generation to find a solution that the previous had failed in doing so. I also wanted the importance of Raven and Apple being the first fairy tale to start the book, meaning their conflict in sign jeopardizes everyone else's chances at their happily ever after. This in turn makes Raven seem way more rebellious, but also doing something dangerous, especially with the rumor, or rather curse, about people disappearing if you refuse to sign coming true, as certain characters and fairies will cease to exist without their role to fulfill. But who could those characters be?
Okay, we're back on track. Sorry.
Have to find out. But despite the struggle,
Okay, what are we doing? Shocked.
with the increasing rebels symbolizing the goal and struggle for change and a better future. Meanwhile, I was hoping to push Apple as a bit more of a rival or anti-hero, aware that she's being pushed into a life and fate that's not really suited for her, but one that ensures everybody's safety and happiness, including her parents. So she goes along with the belief she's saving the world the right way, just like our ancestors have, unaware that commitment to tradition and order, even if for the better good, is trapping her.
No, you're good, Potato. Have a good night.
Isolated and
Never apologize for leaving early.
in shining armor, who
Or
can support
quote unquote showing up late.
prison. Ultimately, the adults have failed another generation, just as theirs did them. But despite the world's impending end, with the era of darkness, it will be the next generation who will unite their hope, their dreams, and their determination to bring in a new chapter to this story and finally close off the past. I'm sure it all comes off as a little preachy and way too much for like the kids, preteen demographic, but you know, this is my video, so I get to write this how I want. How about them apples? Now, before I wrap up for real, I just want to give a quick shout out and recommend some of my personal favorite Ever After High redesign fits that you should totally watch too if you're looking for more of this. First up, Octodrawn, who was one of my biggest inspirations for this vid. I love the whole presentation in the videos.
I am dual streaming. Yep. Might as well.
So I really recommend checking it out. Next is Baby Caravan, who picked a fun selection of characters, picking between 3 main characters and 3 side characters to mix things up. Plus the outfits and the way they draw faces is just so good, I'm jealous. Furthermore,
Can I get an exclamation point Discord, please? I don't really promote my Discord. I don't promote my Discord. Which one? Doesn't matter. What do you mean, which one?
I mean, just look at her. Okay, don't look at her. Get out. Go.
Which chat?
Oh, in Twitch. Yeah. It didn't work? Poor K. Oh, you spelled it wrong. Nice.
Am I doing? And last but not
It doesn't work in YouTube.
over 90k, so you've probably already seen
Oh, I did spell it wrong.
But it's been 6 months.
I do have a Discord. It is 18 plus. If you would like to join and vibe, I don't really talk about it much, but it is there. If you want to hang out with us when I'm not streaming.
I want my part 2. You haven't done my girl Ashlyn yet. No, but seriously, it's a great video and you should definitely check it out. Just like how you should check out all these videos. But with all that out of the way, I hope you had a good time watching.
Thank you, Queen.
Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And
Look
I'll
at
catch you
my.
next time.
Ooh,
See ya.
this Troy skin is killing me right now. These dumb body cam people. I'm backing your whole Pookie stir. Thank you.
This is a nice car, not a police car.
Obviously, kid, I'm 5-year-old. Someone tuned him up. Someone punched him a lot of times. Both eyes swollen, like they're only open. Still blood on his chin, blood on his nose.
On October 29th, 2023, 2 officers arrive at an apartment in Albuquerque, New Mexico to investigate a disturbing
I don't know how much of the mouth I need to change with shock, to be
child
honest.
with severe bruising. The case takes a shocking turn when officers witness the full extent of the child's injuries, escalating the situation when the person with answers refuses to speak.
I've been flinging out of my backpack, so I wanted one of these for Christmas. And I did not get one, so I got one.
Thank you, Queen and John. Frick you.
The following is based on official police records, and most of the footage has never been seen before. 2 officers from the Albuquerque, New Mexico police are met by a representative from the Children, Youth, and Families Department, or CYFD, following a call from a worried woman who witnessed her neighbor's young son covered in bruises.
Yeah, I think I'm not gonna change the mouth. There's no need. Okay.
Hello, police department. What's going on? Hey, sir. So we're here to check on a kid, man.
A kid?
Yeah.
What number is this? Apartment 3.
3.
What's your name? Felipe. Felipe. How you doing, Felipe? Doing good.
Oh, I was supposed to draw the tail that I don't. That didn't. Whatever. That'll come last. It's fine. Okay, I think.
Did she up there hear that, bro? Just yesterday, last night, actually. Yeah. Yeah. Well, who else is with you? Just your mom? My mom's in the hospital. But is that the only person? No. It's just me by myself. So, like the officer said, so we got a phone call that there's a kid that lives there. Inside here.
Let me bring the hair back.
Me and my girlfriend. Okay.
And then see if the toggles work.
You mind if we come in?
Yeah, I'm gonna have that out.
The man who answered their knocks is Felipe Valencia. It isn't long before his girlfriend emerges from the apartment.
Hi, how you doing? So I'm off to my partner, Officer Cadena. Precious Cadena. So basically, the reason why we're here is because we got a call that there's a kid in this apartment.
My son?
Yeah, your son that he doesn't look well. So that's why we're here to check on him.
Yeah, he fell off the bed the other night, so he kind of bruised up a little bit.
You mind if we check on him?
I'll bring him right up to the door. Well, so let me be frank with you, okay? Let me be blunt because he's kind of sugarcoating it. So we got a lot about the house. We're gonna need to go in and check on the house. We're gonna need to see where he sleeps. We're gonna need to see if there's food, running water. We're gonna need to see if there's hot water. There's everything. Okay. So like I mentioned, we're gonna have to go inside. Okay. Not my house. It doesn't matter, man. We're gonna have to check on the kid one way or another, bro. So you can make this harder, or you can make it easy. We're here for the baby. We're not here for you. We'll follow you in, bro.
What did I call? Oh, I don't remember what I called it. Baseball checkup. Okay.
So the light's working?
I just have them off because my bill's so high.
His dad.
Alright.
So let's make a new one. New folder.
Like I said, he's crazy. He jumps. He rolled off the bed. Like I said, he called me. So we're probably gonna need the on-call CACU. This kid's pretty bad. Wait. Don't start. No, you're taking my son.
Dramatic people, bro. You messed up.
After securing the child,
What did I name the folder?
AFD worker, the officer rushes back to rejoin his partner.
Base model. Okay, so this is the new one? Yes. Take off my glasses. I know for sure. Yep. Okay, it's all rigged good. Okay, expressions. Smug. Toggle. Oh, the eyelashes I didn't consider.
While one officer attempts to defuse the situation,
Do I need to? I'm gonna have to look at the.
and updates the rest of the team.
Okay,
about
that's
the
cool.
situation.
I'll just fix that. Longhorn towel is good. And shocked is probably. Oh, I have to. Oh, the blinking too. Okay, yeah. Hold up. Gotta fix some stuff.
She then checks in with the CYFD worker.
So I don't think they're gonna talk to us, but they're probably gonna go to jail, honestly. Have you seen his face? Fell off the bed? Just dude, like, but if we're on your way, we're probably gonna take the baby out. Yeah, absolutely. It's bad. I didn't really get to. I'm gonna climb in the other side.
While this is going on, the other officer is witnessing another disturbing incident. As they're speaking, the couple's dog gets overexcited and bites Felipe.
Put the dog inside. Come on, Roxy. Hey, what's your name?
You don't need to know my name.
I do need to know your
You
name.
took my son. I don't want to talk to you.
You don't want to talk to me?
No, I want my son. You son of a.
I'm not gonna have your son back.
You want to bet me?
Yeah.
I will fight for him again.
You're not gonna fight anyone.
You want to bet me?
I don't want to bet you shit.
Baby daddy. I know who called you.
Despite the woman's surety that the father of her child called the police, it was in fact one of her neighbors who contacted the authorities. In the
Why is the other eye not
officer
affected?
takes a closer look at the child's bruises.
Can I see your legs?
Oh, because I have it on two separate ones.
Oh. He's sitting on my back. I'm gonna close this, okay? Can I see your belly? Oh my goodness. Why? Is it cold? Let me see, Baba.
You got me in the police car?
This is a nice car, not a police car. No. The police car, the seats are not warm. Don't worry about it. How old are you, baby?
I'm 5.
You're 5. What's your name, buddy?
5.
Your name's 5. You're silly.
Back with the mother, she begins making accusations about the origins of her son's injuries, notably different from her earlier claim that he only fell off the bed.
His dad, Gilbert Martinez, don't you a thing. I raised him. I've been doing that from my dad's house. He hit him. Ask my son.
Hey, calm down.
No, you took my son.
Okay, well, you know
His
what?
dad hits him, bro.
Well,
That's why I stopped him from
I've been flinging out of my backpack. So I wanted one of these for Christmas. And I did not get one, so I got one. It's got a little zip.
Seriously, what's your name?
It's Natalie.
Natalie.
I want my son. I don't even give a what I'm trying to say anymore.
Listen.
I mean, God, I'll kill you.
Felipe. Natalie, please.
I want my son. That's all I want. I want to press charges on his dad for hitting him. I want to press charges on that for punching me.
don't know.
I'm gonna arrest that when I see her again.
Natalie, calm.
Tired to take the badge off and steps me down.
Natalie, come here.
The woman is finally identified as Natalie Ann Size. She continues to make accusations about the child's father, claiming that her son has been telling her for weeks that his dad did this to him, and that this is the 4th time he's come home with bruises. She also claims that one of the reasons she's so upset is that she's already had a daughter pass away 14 years earlier.
You want to see your son again?
Yes,
Then
I want him back.
Talk to me. Why is he like that?
Because he rolled off the bed. When he rolls over, he looks for me. He's a mama's boy.
Yeah.
I went to work. My man was watching him.
Stop lying to me.
I'm not lying to you.
He has
I put that on my life, you little.
He has 2 swollen eyes. How is that?
Because our bed is high, dog.
As backup arrives, the female officer heads over to debrief them.
Yeah, I'm good. I feel like.
Hey, what's up? What do we need? Chris,
Look at him, he's in the car. Look at his face, bro.
what is this? Is this mom? What is this?
No, let's see what I think.
What happened, buddy?
Overcome with emotion at the sight of the child's injuries, including 2 black eyes that are so swollen they're partially shut, the officer excuses herself, returning when the ambulance arrives.
We haven't really found out, honestly. His legs and arms are bruised. His belly, his back, everything.
As he's loaded into the ambulance by the paramedic, other officers head to speak with Natalie, where she's still locked in a heated exchange.
You ain't gonna get me to calm down. I want my son. Take his daddy to jail, dog. Because he's the one that fractured my wrist and he's the one to abuse his son.
While Natalie continues the raid, her son is ready for transport to the hospital.
What's up? How you doing? I think they're just gonna go. They're going to UNMH. Are we going to
Yeah.
As he's whisked away, one of the officers is flagged down by a group hovering in the parking lot across the street.
There you go.
Hush.
The officer doesn't return to speak with the neighbors who reported the child's bruises. However, the rest of the team prepares for the next step.
Hey, once we need to get those people detained and secure that place.
Hunter's keeping track. You're at 19.
It's definitely more than that, but he just started keeping track at a certain moment.
What do you mean, bro? I'm not doing nothing, bro.
As soon as Felipe unlocks the gate, some of the officers pull him to the side.
Put your hands like you're. Put both hands together like you're talking. Not move. I'm not moving, dude. I'm at work. I got my hands out here. Hey, bro, so you're being detained right now, right? Nope. I'm cooperating. I'm not doing nothing. Yeah, I appreciate that, bro. So, beat the up. Yeah, I know. So, because of the extent of his injuries, we have to detain both of you guys while we conduct this investigation. You know what I mean? Till we get to the bottom of this. I know.
See, this is why exactly Snickers.
I'm just gonna pat you down, make sure you don't have any weapons or anything. Anything that can poke me or stab me? I know that old boy, bro. I hear you, man. So why didn't you guys? Why didn't I? Bro. Yeah. He came back from his dad, bro. Dude. And I don't know why she ain't saying the truth, dude. That boy, he's innocent. You know what I mean? They should know you. Hi, bro. See, dude. I'll watch you.
With Felipe detained, officers once again approach the apartment where Natalie has gone inside. Given her behavior so far, the officers know getting her into custody will be no easy feat, and yet they still are likely unprepared for what happens next.
They took my son! Come here. You talk to me! Take off the bat and step to me! Come here. No! These cops took my son! Don't touch me!
I know.
Don't touch me!
Get out here.
You have no right to touch me!
Get out here.
No!
Hey, Natalie.
I don't want to talk to you! I don't have to! I don't stay with you!
Where's the dog? Where's the dog? Come here.
Don't worry about it, dog! Stay the away from me!
Hey CJ, how you doing?
Realizing this is going nowhere, the officers make the decision to enter the residence, sending Natalie into full-blown panic.
Where are you going? Natalie. Hey. What are you doing? Stop. Hey, Natalie.
Get in my other phone since you guys want to steal that one!
Natalie, stop.
Don't come in here! You got all. Don't come near me!
Hey, Natalie. You move,
Don't
I'm gonna
touch
tase you.
me!
I will tase you if you
Don't
move.
touch me! No! Don't touch. You guys can't touch me!
Sound choppy? They're all messed up.
I'm trying to stand on. Watch my wrist. Watch my wrist.
You're fine.
She's doing the most right now.
Stop fighting. No, stop fighting. Go outside. Go outside.
Mm-mm. Dramatic, you'll be fine.
Stop fighting. Hey, stop fighting. Stop. We're gonna stop right here. Are you gonna quit it? I am. Stop and walk like a grown woman.
Right.
Walk. Walk. Well, if you would have just cooperated, I could have.
You beat up your kid. No one cares how you feel.
Well, wait right here.
Can you pull a sock up, please? Ow!
One of those chargers?
Ow! Ow! The wrist. You got it on my wrist.
Well, are you gonna stop? Hey.
Ow, yes.
Are you gonna relax?
Yeah, ow!
That's why you sit on like that.
Hey, why are you sitting up?
Because my wrist is fractured and that's on my bone.
Okay, we'll loosen up.
While Natalie is
Nice kid beating part. Yeah.
has arrived at the hospital.
Alcatraz, you know, literally.
He's covering his face. The medical staff quickly gathers to check him out. After he's assessed and made comfortable, the officer is allowed in the room with him.
Hi, buddy. What are you watching? Is this Disney cartoons? Oh. No, you can keep it on, buddy.
Natalie, on the other hand, is far from comfortable.
Is that good?
Yes. Ow. Can I have my phone to tell my mom that I'm going to jail so she can go
We
get
don't know
me?
you're going to jail. We just wanted to talk to you and get you out of the
But
house.
you
But
guys
you acted
tried to
like
grab
this.
me.
Because you wouldn't come out and you're yelling at us.
There was no point in I said I didn't want to talk
Hey,
to you
relax.
guys no
Stop.
more.
You don't have an option.
Ow, ow, ow.
You have any weapons on you?
No, I don't have anything on me. This is a phone. Ow. Do I have a lighter in my pocket? Ow, ow.
Stop moving.
It's because I stepped on a rock and it really hurt.
Come here.
Thank you. I asked him a second to do the same thing. But it hurt.
Now you're acting like an adult. Get in.
What's the physics of it?
Natalie secured, the officers take a moment to discuss her son's injuries.
Did you see him?
No, but I saw her face after.
It's bad. I don't know if he was already missing teeth. But he's missing teeth. It looked bad enough to knock teeth out.
How old is he, kid?
Little.
Hello, white and blue man. Frosted.
Hello? Oh. What?
A lot of times.
They were saying hi.
Oh.
Both eyes swollen, like they're only
Hello.
Still blood on his chin, blood on his nose.
Is he awake?
Yeah, he talked to me. He said, so I kind of just knelt down and was like, what happened, buddy? And he said, Dad hit me a couple times.
And that dude's dead?
I don't think so. But she was saying, I took him to the hospital yesterday. Well, they'd call us for that.
You're lying.
At the hospital, Natalie's 5-year-old son is having a hard time without his mother.
Not yet, buddy. But soon, okay? And then that way you can get some food. Are you sleepy? No. No? I'm sleepy. Where are you going, silly goose? Okay, we'll bring Mama here, but you can't leave the bed, okay?
Even after she's been placed in the police vehicle, Natalie continues to bemoan her own discomfort.
You need the ambulance?
No, I didn't want to go back. You gotta go to bed so I can get away from my son. My feet are cold, dude.
You'll be alright.
Am I going to jail?
I don't know yet.
Can you call your captain so I can talk to him, please?
For what?
Because you guys said you guys wanted to talk.
Well, I wanted to talk before, but you were acting like a kid.
I told you I didn't want to talk because every time I
3-stream streak? Yeah, you missed it probably last stream.
Relax. Take a breath.
Either that or you have to do it in a certain amount of time. I'm live. Kind of thing. Okay, I think that might have fixed the problems. Let's see.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Things continue to grow confrontational between Natalie and the officer.
None of us hit him. The only thing I do when he gets
I'm not saying that you hit
5 minutes? Oh, okay.
well, obviously I'm getting blame for something because
You're getting blame. You getting no
bruises. I get that.
for abuse, for neglect.
You're his mother. You're supposed to take care of him. I do take care of him. No, you don't.
During her outburst, Natalie reveals that she was previously charged for domestic violence following an incident with her son's father, though she doesn't offer many details about what exactly transpired. However, court documents indicate that Natalie was charged with domestic violence in 2004 and 2017, along with various charges over the years for breaking and entering, concealing identity and criminal trespass, embezzlement of a motor vehicle, and shoplifting.
There's no perfect mom, but I'm a one good damn mom. I try my best to do everything I can to support all my kids. I have a lot going on my plate. My kids are my number one.
At the hospital, Natalie's son is moved to another room for closer examination, but not before he's given the chance to pick out a stuffed animal to accompany him.
You see on this side? Look over here. Do you want a different one? We got a monkey, we got bears, we got rabbits. Oh my gosh. We're helping you. You're welcome. Which one do you think you might like? A llama? I like the monkey's a good one. That's a good choice. Oh, and he came with a friend. We're gonna do CTs and X-ray first, real quick.
As the officers and representatives from the CYFD wait in the hall outside the child's room, they discuss the scope of the injuries they've seen covering his small body. In the background, Natalie's son can be heard crying.
It's hard to. He's full of injuries. He's from head to toe, so I don't know which.
It's hard to tell what's burned, what's not.
Yeah, there's old bruises, new bruises, eyes swollen shut, and then he has a lot of on his ears as well. The bruising, yeah, and it's kind of like a dark purple.
When Natalie's son is returned to his room, the officers and CYFD make plans for the investigation, including measuring the furniture inside the home to see if it matches the child's injuries and Natalie's claims.
They dropped the bed like 400 times, or what happened there? That's certainly probably the worst kid I've seen.
After nearly 3 hours in the vehicle together, the detectives finally arrive, and the officer hands Natalie over to them.
We can move you to a different car, okay? Where it's bigger and has more,
I still need my brace though.
over here.
Hold on. So let me explain to you what's happening, okay? So
I already know.
Natalie Saiz pled guilty to abandonment of a child resulting in great bodily harm, child abuse, and bribery of a witness, and was sentenced to 10 years in prison. Natalie's boyfriend Felipe Valencia pled guilty to 3 counts of child
Let's see
abuse
what that
and
is on
1
the
count
edge
of
there.
bribery of a witness. He was also sentenced to 10 years in prison.
Stupid people. As you should.
Andrea's my guest. Andrea, why are you here?
I'm bringing my boyfriend on the show. I've been with for 5 years now, Steve. He's really abusive mentally and physically to me. He's kind of like a male chauvinist. He thinks that women are supposed to cook and clean and have children for him. And right now, I guess I'm not meeting his expectations. And he gets very angry.
How are you not meeting his expectations?
He tells me I don't cook right. I don't clean the house right. And because I can't have children.
Because you can't have children.
He brings that up every day to me.
And tell me about the abuse.
He grabs me by my throat and throws me against furniture in the house, slaps me. He has punched me. I have had a total of like 7 black eyes in the last 2 years, just by the fights that we've had.
Said in the past year you fought 30 to 40 physical fights in the last year.
Yeah.
Like you said, slaps, punches, chokes, and forces you to have sex.
When I don't want to, yes.
Now, a lot of times when I hear this story, not all the time, but most of the time when I hear this story, and I hear this story a lot, it's usually from like a 17, 18, 19-year-old girl who's young, hasn't had a lot of life experience, is with their first true love or what they think is their true love, and they think, oh, I'm never going to meet anybody else. I'm guessing this wasn't your first relationship, right?
No.
You seem like a smart woman. Why do you tolerate such behavior towards you?
I mean,
Oh my God.
I mean, first
It never
years
is.
it was great. It was
You know what?
great.
That statement could be applied to almost every relationship.
Okay, so I gotta figure out why
Who
the
wasn't like that when we first began? Of course not. If the guy
the
started
smug, something's wrong with the eye.
you'd call the police and have him locked up if you met the guy. You know. So, why exactly are you here? Like, am I trying to help you patch the relationship up? Are you here to
I
need?
know that he has a good side to him, Steve. I want him to go back to the way that he was in the beginning. You know, not the way he's been in the last 2 years.
And if he goes back to the way he was, 2 years of abuse?
Yeah.
How come you haven't left a long time ago?
I'm just always thinking that he's going to change, you know?
So what happiness do you get out of the relationship? The happiness of hoping that he changes?
The faith of the hoping that he will change and he will stop and things will be back. I mean, the only thing you think of is try to think of
What do you love about him today? Not 2 years ago, today.
Right now, I don't really have a lot of love in my heart, you know, at all. There's nothing I can think of that I don't have love for him in that way. It's hidden. I don't know where it's at, you know. I just can't find it anymore. You know, you can't think clearly when people are just always fighting you, you know, and you're scared and slapping you around and punching you. You just don't, I guess, always think clearly.
Okay, that should be the last week.
At home, what most people encounter in the real world.
And then, you know, I don't have a lot of friends anymore and family, you know, because so it's like almost no one sometimes to turn to because everyone is tired of you in this abusive relationship and they just don't want to deal with it either. So you only feel you have that abuser left, you know? And sometimes I only feel like I have him as much as...
But wouldn't you be better off alone? Your boyfriend Tommy's here. Let's hear what he has to say.
So I'm such a bad.
So an even line? Nah. We should be good now.
If you did what you have to do, I wouldn't have to do things today. Listen, all you do is sit around all the time. You don't work. I work all the time. I try to make the best I can for you. I do everything that you do. It's not phasing anything around. If you did what you had to do, there wouldn't be no problem there. Last couple of years, you have turned into a person I don't even know.
Oh, does that mean that I deserve to have you put your hands
You
on me?
antagonize me. You do a lot of things to instigate and start this stuff like that. You know what?
So it's okay for you to put your hands on me? No, as of today, it will stop.
You're not leaving me.
I like watching because this will never happen to me. It's great.
What are you going to do?
I can do a lot. I can do a lot.
First of all, okay, hold on a second, Tommy. How long you been with Andrea?
5 years or so.
5 years long. It's a long relationship.
You don't need to go walk out in the middle of the street.
And she said, okay, even if she does nothing, right? Say she sits at home, she watches TV all day, doesn't cook, clean, anything. What, before I get into everything that's been going on, wouldn't you, if you're so unhappy, say, you know what, she doesn't do anything, I'm going to find me a woman that does something?
Well, she sticks around. You know, we've been together so long.
You can break up with her?
You know, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm working every day. I'm trying to provide, do the best I can.
You're doing something wrong if you're putting your hands on her.
Well, a lot of times I have to put her in her place, you know.
What's that?
I say a lot of times I have to put her in her place, you know.
You have to put her in her place.
Yes, I do.
And who gives you the right to do that?
Well, I give myself the right to do that.
You give yourself the
right.
right.
Yes, I do. She don't know how to do nothing. She don't know how. She can't have kids.
Tommy, what I understand.
Remind me that I can't have any kids.
Well, you don't bring up.
Remind me every day that I can't.
She antagonized me about my growing up.
Wait a second. Is it her fault that she can't have kids?
Yes, it's her fault.
Wow.
How to have kids before you open your fat mouth.
What? Okay. What? Make them. She can't have kids due to some medical thing or whatever. Oh yeah, it's her fault. Shut. Go away. Go away.
Okay, wait. Stop.
Right,
Stop.
girl his ass.
What is the point of you being here again?
Right.
Are you? He said
There was a time. I mean, what happened? What happened?
You've changed a whole bunch.
I've changed.
Yes. You done got low on your self-esteem. You just.
Why do you think I have? Because everything you tell me
you don't talk
every day.
anymore. You just come around and all you do is.
You don't make me want to talk.
All you gotta.
Tommy, I gotta ask you. She says that you've been in 30 to 40 physical fights with her.
Now,
in the
she's
last
over
year.
exaggerating.
How many physical fights?
That's been a
has it
few. I can't lie about that, you know. But
Do
like
you
I said,
s-
she's a big girl. Look at her. I got to protect myself.
Do you slap her?
I had to a couple of times.
Do you punch her?
Yeah, we've wrestled and yeah, it's a lot of things.
Some black eyes?
Yeah, well.
Have I? Have I
Yeah,
had
there's
any
been
black?
one incident that I can
No.
recall that made it happen like that.
You
It was
choke
mostly
her?
on her
You
fault.
choke her?
Well, you know, I have to.
Why?
I remember. Okay. You know what?
You force her to have sex?
I don't force her.
Why would you? Why? You know, my God, it's 2011.
Where I grew up in a.
But no, literally, yeah.
Okay,
I'm just doing what I have to do.
okay. You grew up in an abusive family.
Finnair, I don't think you actually went outside, because
Saw that people.
you should have some sort of self-preservation, so I'm just not gonna believe you did that, so.
I'm sure you hated it, right?
Yeah, I didn't like to see it.
Also, you definitely wouldn't do that over somebody over the internet.
Bring this horrible things from your past and bring it into your.
I didn't force her. That's what I'm saying, bro. This guy's disgusting.
I mean, it frustrates me that any man. I mean, who the hell do you think you are? Tom? You know what? People provoke me all the time on the stage, and I don't go kicking everybody's ass.
You should, hell.
Here we are, and, you know, all these people here, people watching on television. Here's a woman that can't have children, which I'm sure is devastating.
Needs to work on that instead of.
What are you talking about?
You
Wow.
gonna sit here and bring me to?
How could she work on that?
Right.
How does she work on that, Tommy? How does she work? If she can't have children, how does she work on that?
Well, she can go to the doctor and see something.
I've been to the doctor. That's
Boy.
She sit around. She don't do nothing now.
Okay.
She can't even keep the affairs around the house straight. You know, it's two sides.
Awful.
If I was a police officer and I showed up at your house, Tommy'd be going to jail right now.
But he runs from the police. He runs.
But you're on my show, and you want to maybe put Tommy in a time machine and go back to 2 years ago.
I'm not taking this anymore.
You ain't going nowhere.
I'm not taking this anymore. I won't be taking this anymore. And I can't take care of myself.
Well, all right then, whatever.
Why do you feel she can't take care of herself?
Because I've been taking care of her so long.
I have worse words, but I'm trying to get you banned. You are me banned. You know, this guy's a piece of shit.
You're the problem. Because you don't like
Doe,
what I
you
do,
here,
because I
bud?
don't do things well. You want to put your hands on me?
A lot of those things was provoked. You know that.
How
You
does
know
she-
because
how
she
does she
won't let me
provoke
get
you?
out her face. She just keeps on, and to the point where it's almost physical.
Because women
and then it
shouldn't
has
have
to
a
become
word.
physical. That's things I do to
What
you.
does
You bring
she?
them on to
What
yourself.
does she not do well?
She don't do everything well now. Before, she can't cook. For me, have everything ready. You know, she likes to eat, but fast food.
Bro. Okay, if I had a significant other that talked about me like this, I tell you what, he would be dead in the ground. In Minecraft. We'll go straight down, you know what I mean?
In Minecraft.
In Minecraft.
Obviously.
We go straight down, hopefully hit lava, and we don't let him respawn. Oh, man.
No, I've never sworn out a
See if Finnair. Finnair, I've been saying it wrong every time, I'm sorry. I hear a lot of victim blaming. No, seriously, that's all he's doing.
I want to know, how do I live without you?
Doey might be sleeping. Doey!
Maybe at home you feel intimidated. By Tommy. Maybe at home because
It's here.
of what.
It's a different story. I
Well,
see.
because you know what? We
He's still in the chat, but there's a chance he fell asleep.
without the fear of getting beaten on. So
I think I'm gonna add a little bit more smoothing. Ah, there you are.
here's your moment.
It is complete, well, most of it. Yes, I'll do the alternative outfit and stuff, but as far as a usable normal base, it is complete, I would say. Let's see. The only things you would have to play with are like the advanced lip sync.
I'm tired of you putting your
But that's
feel less than a woman.
this is pretty simple.
If you did what you're supposed to do. Why do you think my self-esteem is
And if you want to play with this stuff, you totally can. Don't care. Because I set this up for my camera and my lighting and my face. So you probably would need to go in here and tweak it anyway. But you'll have to play with it and see. You probably have more lighting in your room than I do.
know what's going to happen right now. You're gonna get your ass off my stage. I'm done with you. Get off.
Right, get the fuck out of here, bitch. Bitch! What was I looking for?
I'm not convinced you're ready to leave him. I think there's.
I swear there was something I was looking for to change.
Situation, and do you say, are you ready to go?
Right now, I really thought that he would come here and say, well, I'll make a change.
Did you really think that?
I really did.
You
I
really?
really thought that doing this will make him say, okay.
Does he? Was this an act, or does he act this way at home?
Oh, he acts this way.
I personally will give you first month's rent, so you can get out of the situation.
Okay, that fixed it. Okay. Oh, I don't have more lighting? Oh, JK. No, that's fine. You'll just play around and figure it out.
Get away from Tommy. You close the show.
Let me get the file together.
The door, but we'll know your decision. You go out that door, you're going back to Tommy. You go out that door.
Expressions are in here.
Close the show.
Let me see. Control Z. Okay, Control Z is nothing. Control A. Okay, Control A is like the shocked one.
Watch this and say, you know what? She was brave enough
Control
to do that too.
S is smug. Makes sense. And then Control X is the longer horn. There we go. Yeah. Couple is one machine, another. No, seriously. Yeah, that was I love watching Civil Codes because I'll never be in those scenarios. But they're awful, some of them. Truly.
Ideas and concepts
Okay.
I have that could
Time to get the file.
universe make a little more logical sense regarding the world and where this spin-off went. Before we get into this, I want to preface that I have not watched this franchise past the 4 movies. I'm pretty sure there are a bunch of specials that did flesh out these characters more, but I gotta be real, guys, I don't really feel like watching them. I find that Equestria is more interesting to watch continuously than the human world, especially when that newness that happened in the first movie wears off. Honestly, the only thing I was interested in past the first 2 movies was when the humans go to the pony world in one of the specials, and that was extremely brief, so I can't say I'm that interested, but I'm sure it's pretty good. And if you like it or think I should watch it, please let me know in the comments. I also want to say that these designs are just my interpretations. If you like these designs and how they are originally, they're
Google Drive.
completely valid. I just want to give this franchise.
Oh, we got 11 likes on the freaking live. Oh, cool, cool. We'll pass through for sure. Google Drive.
Fluttershy is the first on the block, and you might be wondering, Emma, you already did this 2 times. Why are you redesigning them again? Well, because I'm not redesigning them. I'm designing new outfits for these girls to show my newish concept idea. I know I just explained that I haven't watched much past the first 4 movies, but throughout this story progression, the girls continuously get these pony power-up forms. These magical transformations usually happen during the climax of the movie and would only be able to be accessed periodically. Later on, it seems that the girls have
Do you know how to use
to control their powers, and if you're more
like how to put it into VTube Studio?
transformation. I really like this concept, and I've explained before that I would have liked to see this earlier on in the series, but I just don't think that kind of forethought was present. Equestria Girls takes place in an alternate universe. The portal is literally a mirror, so the symbolism is there. We are mirroring Equestria, but Equestria Girls universe doesn't have magic. All the villains, all the magical abilities are leaking in from Equestria. But in my opinion, I would find it a little more interesting
interesting if there was some kind of magic in this world as well. Hear me out. The main 6 use the elements of harmony to defeat pretty much all the bad guys, up until a certain point, of course. There's no other ponies that are on this level. Even though this universe is magical, background ponies still need saving. So technically, the main 6 are superheroes with special abilities. They literally say this in a scene that I watched from one of the specials.
Ponies are like superheroes. Oh, we're not superheroes. Sure, just
Okay, cool. I think we're good to go here. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop, boop. Quick thank yous to Kinch, thank you for the raid. Nope, I don't know how to read. Thank you, Kinch, for the resub. There we go. Nope. I'm not. Thank you, Foster, for the resub, first of all. Then, thank you, Kinch, for the resub. Thank you to Nier for the raid. Thank you to the follow from Mochi, sorry. Thank you to the resub from Sam. I think to the raid from Jex. If there was any YouTube subscribers today, thank you. I appreciate you. Like I said before, if you would like to support me monthly, either A, you sub to me to Twitch. For one, you might as well go to the Ko-Fi instead because you get free art every month. Or if you just want to have wanted to support me every month but you didn't know how, check out my Ko-Fi. That's all I have to say. Thank you. And with that, it's already about to be 1. I don't particularly want to run during mine. Let me see. Who's doing something? Thank you, Christopher. Let's see who's doing something that I... Everybody's playing Repo. How about no? You know what? Maybe we'll go to Mini.
Sounds like a good plan.
Okay, it's time for us to go to sleb. Go to bed. Go to bed and get EPs. Yeah. Y'all take care. Thank you for the love. I'll talk to you guys on, I want to say Friday. Yeah, sorry. My work shifts are like leaving kind of late, and I'm like, I'll see how I feel though. I may throw one in. I just didn't know what day. So there'll probably be one before Friday. But yeah, love you guys. Bye.